It's the time your bird, so don't you know? Like and share, let's make it glow. Flint City News, we bring the heat. When we fight, we beat defeat. I won't give up, I won't stand down. The city's heart will never drown. Together we rise, we've got the power. In unity we find the hour. The residents deserve much more. Let's break these chains, open the door. The fight is ours, victory inside. Flint City strong, we'll make it right.
Hey, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Listen, wherever you are from, and the chat started early, so I'm going to have to scroll back up and look. Thank you, Producer Jay. Thank you, Producer Jay. I'm going to say thank you to all of you for joining me this evening and joining me this evening with Producer Jay and with Sheena Beckton and Patrick Jean are the moderators. Because I couldn't do this without y'all. So it takes all of us to come together to make, I'm going to say, our communities across the U.S. a better place to be. So, Producer Jay, how are you?
What's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
So, everybody, today is Producer Jay's birthday. So, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Producer Jay. Happy birthday. Y'all look, put him some love in the what's name, or show him some love with Cash App at $ Producer J 1987. $ Producer J 1987. Today, look, y'all, he's working on his birthday. I'm so sorry about that, Producer J. I'm so sorry.
It was all good until you just sung that part right there.
Okay, look, I didn't say I can't sing. Okay, what else you want? Okay, that wasn't the gift God gave me. Okay, that wasn't my gift. That was not my gift. So y'all know I'm still mad about not being able to sing in the choir, do a solo, and they let Carol McIntosh sing. I mean, I'm still a little bitter. We was about, that tall. I'm still a little upset about that. So listen, show him some love. We're dropping him a Cash App. I don't even know how many people on here tonight. You can give him $1, $5, $2, whatever you want to give. He is on here on his birthday because Flint has zero chill. So I'm going to scroll back up and I need to do a couple things too. I did not finish what I was doing because I need to make sure that we share this out. We don't have a big team, so we do it all around here. We do it all. So, Producer Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, did you get rested up? I know you got to work your birthday, and I'm sorry. But y'all, show him y'all appreciate it because we're going to go over some things.
Luckily enough, it rained today. So, my line of work. If it rains, I can mosey around the crib all day. So that's what I was able to do.
Okay. Well, look, I appreciate you coming on today and being here. I truly do. And to each and every one of you. Avis, thank you for the $20. Producer Jay, look, Avis gave you some love. She probably don't want me to sing again. Now, if I say I'm going to sing another song, you might end up with about $5,000 or more. So I don't know. Maybe that should be it. So listen. He doesn't have a link, Producer Jay. I sent it to you.
I emailed him.
Check your email again. So listen, I am wearing lavender or a form of purple for domestic violence. Only 34% of women with domestic violence seek medical attention. If you need help getting out, dial the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-729-7233. Once again, I am wearing lavender for domestic violence. If you need help getting out, please call the domestic violence hotline at 1-800-729-7233. There is help. There is help and resources. Oh, look, thank you. Abandoned Fate gave you $5. I'm trying to give, thank you. Y'all really don't want me to sing again. And y'all, thank you for the purple hearts for showing the awareness for domestic violence. Look, I love the chat. So, Producer Jay, I don't appreciate you saying you don't appreciate my singing. So, we are going to have on, I did extend opportunity for the two candidates that are on the ballot, which is Beverly Biggs Levy. She's out. She was still knocking doors. And I told her if she wanted to come on, she can come on. I'm going to put her video, but we're also going to have Deacon Dumis on tomorrow at 9. Well, shortly, he's going to be on when he gets his link. I have been supporting two candidates. I am not supporting the write-in candidate. I don't believe we muddy the waters with that. You got a right to do what you want. That's just my personal opinion. I took a big L before and put my support when I lost with my L and went and got behind the other candidates because, to move the community forward, to show that we have some cohesiveness, which is what I did. So I am going to go back. And now if I mess this up, y'all, I got to go all the way back up. And it might be easier to do it on my phone because I'm going to mess it up. So if you are in here, put where you're from. And I want to send everybody thanks. New VIP room got all the little hearts. Auntie M, the new room VIP classes, Tarod. And I got an Auntie M. I saw, was it Granny G, Lydia McNeely. And I'm climbing back in here to see this so I can run them down because we cannot do these shows without y'all. Anyone who has donated, thank you for giving your time and your money. So we got a lot of things that where did this go? Why is okay, here we go. So Alicia Russell, Avis Hopkins, Dr. Padroni, Lightly Melanated Love, 88. Oh, look, Meat Freaks Barbecue, David Bergeron, Abandoned Fate, Tasha Lynn, Jimmy, Berta Baby. Some of these names I just love to say them. Grady G. Jeremiah Jackson, I ain't going. The new VIP, Tasha Lynn, Kathleen Trouser, and here we is. R. Murphy, JP6, Auntie M, Christine Chandler, Aluna Calloway, Eddie Gray, Jerome Murray, Tia Austin. Look, Aluna Calloway, Rhonda Atkins. I'm trying to, y'all know. Marcia Tober, I think she's here. And welcome to Flint. I saw you out with Miss Beverly Biggs Levy today. You need to call and tell her so she can come on. You need to y'all convince her. Take advantage of this free time. And so we can, who you're supporting. I think that's everybody in there, and then I think you got everybody from the last. Reed Johnson, Cheryl Hart, Kamala Buford, Felicia Martinez, Kawana Mack. I thought you was taking the break almost. Okay. Listen, if I didn't say your name, charge it to my mind and not my heart. Y'all, Flint has no chill. No chill. I kid you not. No chill. And if you watch not just was it the weekend with the ballot issue, with the complaint that was put in, we also had Ballot Gate, Barbecue Tongs Gate. It's some serious issues. The macing of y'all, I really need to take Producer Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
Check this out. I really need to take a call for a minute.
All right,
did you get the link through?
I just checked the email. It was definitely sent. So it's probably maybe in the spam, but it was sent at 7:57.
Okay, let's send the 757.
Yep. Go ahead and take your call. I'll just play the. I'll play some.
Yeah. So there's a link. I'm gonna just mute real quick. Is what I will do. Vote Beverly Biggs Levy, third ward councilman. I'm supporting the people who are on the ballot. Okay. Did you get Deacon Dumis in? I guess he's working on that.
I haven't seen anything, but let me do it like this. Let me
So-
just say. Let me do
So
something.
full disclosure, because me and the commissioner have a good relationship. That was commissioner, which the call I did have to make was back to Commissioner Lloyd, and wishing everyone a good evening on here. So I'm gonna catch up with him because I'm
So the
not.
link is. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. The link is. The link is in the chat, so he can click on that and come on since he didn't get the email.
Okay. He's probably watching. Mm, this is not working. Okay. Okay. If he's on, let me, as you put it in the chat. So I've never did it from the chat. So you're saying just click the link in the chat. He's on this computer and it'll connect him.
Yeah, you can do it from the phone or the chat. I mean, the phone or computer.
I think we had a problem like this once before.
Well, Woodson used the link in the chat and it worked.
Yeah, of course he did.
And Lloyd did too. So
yeah, he did.
So I don't know. The email definitely sent and it didn't return. So
Maybe it went to spam. Okay, he said you can click the link in the chat and it'll connect you if you're on your computer. Go to your computer in the chat and you may have to scroll down. Yep, Facebook or YouTube. Okay, all right, bye-bye. Can you do me a favor and just text me the link, or can you text it to me and I'll text it to him? Oh, no. You know what? I think I may be able to send it from my phone. Also, so my...
Our singer saints are a little technical and challenged at times.
Listen, I am. Yeah, and I know I am. I know I am. I know I am. Forward to AC. Y'all, thank y'all for being patient. I spent most of my day doing stuff that was challenging, but I'm going to share the majority of that with all of you. Okay. Okay. So while he's trying to get on, and he should be able to get on, someone said, and here he is, I hear crickets. So we just seen, so Marcia Torbert was here. I know she was out with Beverly Biggs knocking doors today. Deacon Dumis, check your email. It was sent back to you also. Yeah, it was sent back to you. So we're going to keep it moving. So when he gets in, Producer Jay, just let me know. So we're gonna get on with the topics while he's trying to get in. So barbecue gate. So there were two. I received my first text message at about 6 something in the morning on Sunday morning. Next one about 7, then 8. And had a lot of them. And so hearing all of that, there was a lot that was going on with the text messages and the videos. So videos really started circulating a lot on social media last night, probably about 6 o'clock, maybe 7 o'clock, where you had the all school, what do you call it? Reunion, where people were grown-ups, look, old folks with arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes were. And these folks, everyone was out having a good time. And we just had some problems, clearly, that shouldn't have been problems. I want to say, did he get on?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so we're gonna start the run of show then. So because if he's listening, I sent it to you. I also sent it to you, Dumis, in your chat. I've been upfront that Dumis supported me when I ran, and I am friends with Beverly Biggs Levy. So I have pretty much stayed out of the race. Is what I pretty much did, because there's a friendship where I deal with both of them. I do. So our first part is, hey, give me a minute. Oh, here you go. There you go. Hey, welcome to the Tanya Burns Show. I'm good. Welcome to the Tanya Burns Show. This is your first time. We got back.
Hey, well, I tell you what.
Hold on a second. Hold on. He's talking. Burns, you got to tell him that he's got more than one device open. Or let me do this. Hold on.
You got more than one device on.
He kicked himself out.
Maria Carter, is my post being seen by someone? Yes, it is. I can see your post. I can. I can see your post. I think you made a comment that you think, Maria Carter, you may be being targeted. You have to share what you think you're being. Bev, I need you to come on too.
Okay, we got Mr. Dumis back, and I think it should no echo this time. So let's just make
Okay, Bev, I don't. Oh, I do have her email.
Are we okay?
We are okay.
All right. I turned off my computer. I'm on my little phone, so
Okay. So everyone, this is
Tanya
Deacon AC
Burns.
Dumas. That welcome to the show. So this is Deacon AC Dumas. So you are running for the third ward, and tell us why you are running and why should people vote for you.
Well, good morning. Good morning. You see, thank you, Tanya, for inviting me to your show. I'm running because I think that the third ward has been without representation for close to a year since September. And by not having a representation, we've been taxed without representation. But I think there needs to be a change in the city of Flint. I think there needs to be a change in the third ward. I do not like what's been happening in the council meetings for sometimes since council person Eric Mays wasn't there. He deceased, and it's just been horrible. And I just think it's time to stop the nonsense, the confusion down in Flint City Council, and to start working for the people of the third ward in the city of Flint. And I think I'm a change maker. I will make a difference if I'm elected, or should I say, I want to be positive when I'm elected to the third ward.
So what are the top three things you want to work on?
Well, and thank you for asking that question, Tanya, because when I'm campaigning, like I was campaigning today, I asked individuals, that's the question, excuse me, they posed me, what are you going to do? I flipped the question and asked them, what do you want done? What's important to you? And the three main things that was very important to the residents of the third ward was opera money, the water crisis settlement money, and crime. People are upset about the opera money, the $94.5 million opera money that was sent to the residents of the city of Flint for roofs, for household fixtures, for plumbing, for siding, for windows, for porches, for steps, you name it was sent there for the residents of the city of Flint. And if you go down any street, bear to say any street, especially in the third ward, you'll see the blue tops on the home, or some homes don't have no tops. The sidewalks are in disrepair, the steps, the porches, et cetera, et cetera.
So ARPA money. So one of the things I've been hearing the people say is they want to have hearings to hold people. Thank you, Maria Carter, and producer Jay. That's for a happy birthday. I'm back with love. Thank you, and kisses to you, mwah, Maria Carter. People are saying they want accountability. They want people to be held accountable for things that have happened. People want hearings about what happened with the barbecue thing. Will you? Where will you stand? Will you stand to fight for hearings to find out, what's going on for justice for the people?
Well, I've been saying that all along, that needs to be some accountability. And if you ever follow my literature, one of the things I have on there, accountability. They must be held accountable. It's nonsense and against the law for council persons to vote in their own interest. Liddell Lewis and Candace Machette, who received opera money as a 501c3. And so I believe in calling those groups, I should say, in that received opera money and give an account for their stewardship. Did they do with the money what they're supposed to do with it? And mostly, we've got all this money that went out to nonprofits, and it has not benefited the people. If the opera money had benefited the people, And I want to say, you remember when Councilman Mays did I'm not going to call it an application, but the form, I used to say the form, asking the people what they wanted and so on and so forth. And they put down what they wanted. The 800 some people, I bear to say that I don't know if 20 people, and I'm guessing if 20 people received any of the opera money. But Tanya, let me say this. It would be remiss of me if I didn't say this. I want to thank God, and I'll say it was a blessing that former Mayor Karen Weaver, former police chief Tim Johnson, and the first female city attorney, Karen McDonald Lopez, they endorsed my candidacy for the third ward. And I don't take that lightly. I want to appreciate that. Matter of fact, Mayor Weaver has been out campaigning with me, knocking on doors, and I thank her for that. But as with respect to the opera fund, again, and you're on council, I guess I'll pose a question to you like when they pose a question to me. How much money is in the opera fund, Councilwoman? So we'll know.
Yeah, I mean, that's why for me, it is really about accountability. So we really don't know. We don't have Ernst & Young. Last time I called Ernst & Young, they haven't returned my call. I've been asking I still have not gotten back my questions from budget time from the CFO. It took me 10 months to get, when we requested, Dennis and I, the checks from the city. Haven't gotten the updated checks for the last 3 months. So people have got some questions. I'm going to ask a couple questions. People want to know, are you with Mayor Neely? Probably not if you were with Mayor Weaver. Are you with Mayor Neely?
Well, let me say this.
And have you spoken to him?
I haven't spoken to Mayor Neely probably in 5 years, 6 years. Well, I didn't speak to him when Mayor Weaver was the mayor, so it's maybe been 5 or 6 years. I haven't spoken with Mayor Neely. I've seen him at maybe a funeral or something. I didn't speak with him then, but I have to say this, that we need 5 like-minded individuals on the city council to move the city of Flint forward. And it would be nonsense, I would say, like you would always say, if it's good for the residents, you don't have no problem supporting. And I hear you say that all the time. If it makes sense and it's good, it's legal and it's good for the resident, I stand in the posture where you stand. If it's good for the residents, I don't have any problem supporting it. And I say this, if you're drowning and you need somebody to rescue you, if it was a Ku Klux Klan member wanting to rescue you, would you accept him to rescue you, or you say, no, I'm just going to drown? That's a question I'm posing. So
I know how to swim as a Black woman, so I mean,
I can work with Mayor Neely.
I don't know about the Klan. That ain't for me though.
I can work with Mayor Neely.
Yeah,
I can work
know how to doggy paddle, but I know how to swim.
Well, all right then. But I can work with Mayor Neely. I can work with the other 8 council person. If it is lawfully, if it is the charter and some of those goofy council rules that need to be done away with. Yeah.
And some are problematic, and those will have, that's another one. All right, so you're saying you'll support to get rid of the unlawful and unethical. And a lot of those rules actually break the First Amendment, and Robert's rules and the Open Meetings Act. So,
and also, Tanya, they're contrary to the charter.
Yeah,
a lot of those rules are contrary to the charter. And you know what I like to call them? Those were the Eric Mays rules. They put those rules to go after Eric Mays.
Mm-hmm.
And so, when I'm elected, we're going to see what's going to happen with those rules. We're going to see. I think we'll have a new president. I think we'll have a new vice president. I think all the chairs will be new, I guess, unless you all city attorney who y'all voted for say, no, you have to keep the same chairpersons.
No, we
I don't
don't.
know.
According to the rule, no, according to the rules, and it's at the beginning in every meeting, we put it to the back because we are 4-4. We've been 4-4. And those rules are a problem. We're just not, we haven't been able to get by. So people have been asking, you had normally been at council, they haven't seen you. So where have you been? They haven't seen you at council. What you been doing in those evenings?
Well, I've been campaigning. That's one thing I've been doing. And I chose not to come down there because I didn't want to get involved in the what's going on down there. I just didn't. It troubled my spirit. And so I just wanted to go out and campaign, knock on doors. That's why I haven't been at the council meetings in the last few months. But it's noteworthy that there's only one person living on the face of this earth in the city of Flint that has attended more council meetings than me. And that's Wilbur Papa Jared. I'm number two.
Effie's baby boy.
Effie's baby boy. I'm number two. I was coming to council meetings for the last, I'm going to say 60 years.
So Gloria Davis made a statement that the mayor will try to change rules. The mayor can't change the rules. That's not in his. And when I'm gonna put up the flow chart, I literally had to scrap my whole thing to redo what we're talking about because Flint has so many pending and issues. So the council rules are made by the council. The council votes together in an open forum, which is the way it's supposed to be done, so that you and residents can see and to take feedback. But it's supposed to be how we can better help the residents and better help ourselves with governing. And that's not really what it has been. It has not been that. So
here's a question someone's asked me. It says, here's a question. Will AC support Judy, Liddell, and Candace for any leadership role in the council? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I will not support them for any role. They've been they've been tested. They've been tested and they found to be not good leaders and anti-public and anti-rules. So I would not support them.
So here's another thing, and I want to put, because I know the answer to this. The question is, Stanley Wood posed, why hasn't his position in the NAACP done anything for police brutality? One, when you're running, you have to step down. He's been running for over a year.
Tanya, let me answer that since I know the NAACP. Number one, I haven't been a vice president of the NAACP in over a year, maybe over a year. I know it's been over a year because our national constitution said when you run for office, a public office, you have to step down. And I stepped down, and remind you, I did not run for the vice president of the NAACP in the last term. And people say, well, he's vice president. Well, that's people. One old bishop used to say, boys, shut your mouth and quit spreading ignorance. And I'm saying some people need to shut their mouths and quit spreading ignorance. I am a life member of the NAACP, and that's with the national office. I've been one, maybe 25, 30, a fully paid life member. So I am not an officer, an elected officer of the Flint branch of the NAACP. And as I said, I am against any abuse, any abuse. And if you have any question why the NAACP hasn't done anything, you need to contact the president of the NAACP, Mrs. Frances Gilchrist. She is the president of the NAACP. I do not speak for the NAACP. I speak for AC Dumis.
Okay, so now we got the NAACP out the way. Okay, so that cleared that up. So, third ward, Blight. Tell me about, what is your position on Blight?
Blight. The whole third ward just about is a complete blight. First of all, Land Bank has to take responsibility. They need to take responsibility because a majority, I'm going to say majority of the properties in the third ward and around the city belong to Land Bank. It's their problem. But the city residents of the city of Flint have to deal with it. You know, I wouldn't have voted like some of the council members to give land bank, what, $16 million? I would
60
not,
million, and they leveraged another 30 million so far, 31 million.
I would not did that. I think that we should have did our own in-house blight department. I think that we should have hired people. We got the equipment to tear down the abandoned houses and all like that. That would have been an opportunity to give people jobs. And they got all that money from the city of Flint, and we got more abandoned houses yet to go. They brag about, oh, we tore down 100 houses in the city of Flint. Well, we gave you 16 million a house. And Tanya, I had a contract under Woodrow Stanley, Ace Demolition. That was my company. And I had a contract with the city of Flint for demolition. Go check the Laura in on the computer in Lansing. You can see it. There's nothing to hide. I'm not faking it. And I know what a house costs to be removed. And you're talking about maybe $3,000, $4,000 at best to tear down the house, remove the foundation, because years ago you could leave the basement there, just crack the concrete and let it drain. Now you have to remove all of it. So you say $16 million, and we got 100, maybe 100 houses have been demoed in the city of Flint. They need to be called in.
Yeah. So you and Miss Biggs took a picture when I believe it was at the county, and you took a handshake at each other, so that after the election, you're going to run an election, and whoever won was going to support the other person. If she wins, will you support her?
I'll support Miss Biggs if Miss Biggs do the things that the charter says, that all that. And I think she probably holds the same to me if I follow the rules, the charter, the Constitution, and what's good for the residents of the city of Flint. I have to say this: I have no enemies to punish. Neither do I have any friends to reward. I don't. And that's been my motto all my life. I don't have no friends. You find out this administration got a whole bunch of friends they're rewarding, and a whole bunch of enemies like yourself they're trying to punish.
You gotta throw me in here. I am not running right now for nothing.
But I just want to let you know that they come back.
Don't cast me in there. I don't need no extra enemies right now.
Well, okay. I just said that, I told you I can work with anyone.
Okay.
As long as they're doing what's right and lawful for the residents of the city of Flint.
Okay. And so what do you want to close with? Because I was very upfront with people. When I ran, you supported me, and you were tough on me. You had questions. You had me on the hot seat. Some of the things that people wanted to ask you about, you've answered. So I don't want to talk about that one. That's because we know that one was the story with Beverly, and I kind of addressed that. But we'll get into that when she gets on out.
No, I didn't mean to put that up.
Okay. Did she log in, Beverly? If you're on here, log in. You're next. So Deacon Dumis, what do you want to close with?
I'm asking the voters, the resident voters in the 3rd Ward, to vote for me tomorrow. The polls are open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Got to put this in there. A lot of people have absentee ballots in their homes and have not voted with their absentee ballot. Do not mail your absentee ballot in. You have options. You can fill out your ballot. It's only 2 persons on the ballot, myself and Miss Beverly Biggs Levy, excuse me. It's only 2 people on the ballot. Do not vote. Only 2. Do not vote for no write-in candidate. As you know, or many of you do know or don't know or may not know, that the Flint City Clerk, Davina Donahue, went personally to the Michigan State Police, personally, and filed.
What did you go for? Okay, go ahead.
Because she filed a complaint because the write-in candidate what's her name, LaShawn, whatever
John.
LaShawn Johnson, was picking up absentee ballots from individuals. That is a felony, a 10-year felony. She was taking their ballots. I guess she was, I don't know what she's doing with them. I can't say what she did, but she picked them up. And the reason I know for a fact, I wasn't trying to be the council police or anything like that. I was just going around knocking on doors. And people would say, hey, I've already voted. I said, oh, wow. One gentleman said, I wish he had came early. LaShawn, what's her name? The write-in lady, she came by and I wrote her name in. I said, oh, okay. And I gave her my ballot. She asked for my ballot and I gave it my ballot. I know exactly who he is, where he lives. And I went to many individuals, the same story. And so I believe just a little 10 or 11 people that I talked to all over the third ward, not targeting anyone. This is what they're saying. And so Davina Donahue had to file a complaint.
So how many complaints did you make?
I made you mean to her? I sent it in an email and I made a complaint to her about LaShawn Johnson picking up absentee ballots. And I also sent
it to you.
Pardon me?
Who did you send it to? Anyone else?
That's what I was getting ready to say. I sent it to the Attorney General. I sent it to John Brader of the Administrator of Election. I sent it to the Secretary of State, Benson. I sent it to the county clerk. You know, those are individuals that I sent it to because I didn't want, as usual, down in the clerk's office, they hide it. And so, again, Ms. Donahue had no choice but to report it to the state police.
Mm-hmm. So,
and Tanya, let me say this. All I want, you can beat me, but don't cheat me.
Don't cheat me.
When I ran against Quincy Murphy in 2021, I won the primary. I beat all of them, Kerry Nelson and all of them in the primary. But in the general, I lost. And in the clerk's office at 1 o'clock in the morning, they didn't know somebody was at City Hall. The election supervisor was up in the clerk's office handling absentee ballots. And when the election was over that day in the general, I lost. You can beat me. I can accept defeat, but I can't accept cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Beat me, don't cheat me. So vote for me on tomorrow, if you will. Vote for integrity. I'm not going to get down there be raising sand as they.
I don't want you down there with Neely. That's the problem. That is people's biggest. You know, people think you're going to be with Neely, supporting him. You said you haven't stated. You stated you haven't talked to him. So that is one of the biggest things. People.
Well, people say what they want to say. You know, I mean, I said that I haven't spoken with, Mr.
And I'm
Neely,
glad you had this opportunity to say how you feel.
Well, Neely, I've been on the air for 21 years, the gospel radio station, and Neely comes on right before me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't speak to him when he was walking out the door. You know, they made us come in separate doors at the radio station.
I remember that.
You remember that? So why would anybody say, well, I'll be down there with Mr. Neely? I won't be down there with Mr. Neely.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming on. And for those in the chat, Beverly Biggs was given the same opportunity. So please be respectful in my chat. Bev has been sent the link. It's been emailed. And I think Marcia was supposed to put it on. Beverly's commercial was played at the beginning. I haven't charged Beverly Biggs. I haven't charged H.C. Dumis to come on my show. I do it because I want either one of these candidates, and I'm friends with both of them. I've been friends with both of them. So my relationship with them may not be the same experience some of you have had. So I'm just asking, please be respectful. I don't know if she's able to get on yet. We were having some technical difficulty, but I want to tell you, thank you, Deacon Dumis, for coming on here, sharing. Say, don't cheat me. If you beat, we'll say it again. I'm messing it up.
Beat me, don't cheat me.
Cheat me. Okay.
What time is it? What time is it, Councilwoman Garner?
9:51.
What time I go to bed? At 10 o'clock. That's why you have me on there. And then I'll call you. I'll text you at 3, 4 in the morning because I'm wide up. I'm getting ready to do my prayers. So it's going past my bedtime.
Early before too.
Huh?
You have called that early before too.
I have. Hey, but you know what? I gotta go. But wasn't that sad about last night downtown?
Terrible.
And I know them individual.
Yeah, good.
The man, that's
and
sad.
He's still the son is in jail still to this moment. About 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago, I had spoken to the family. He is still in jail. They have not charged him with anything, and they're trying to charge him with a felony, assault with barbecue tongues. So, but listen, thank you for coming on.
All right, Dan.
All right, you have a blessed evening.
I'll hang on as long as I can hang on.
All right, it's gonna be a hot show.
All right, well, I'll hang on. Usually the TV put me to sleep. All right, then. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Producer Jay. Hey, listen, y'all send them some money. They need some money over there. I know how it is.
We let you come on free. And we
because I do my broadcast free and I understand we need money.
You turned me down coming in before, and Beverly turned me. I asked both of y'all as friends.
When?
I did ask you before.
Oh, okay, then. Well, I've had you on my show a bunch of times.
I know you have.
That's why you won your seat, because I had you on my show.
Well, listen, I appreciate you coming in. I appreciate when I ran you support me. So listen, y'all.
We'll talk later.
Night. All right, have a good night.
All right, bye now.
Okay. Producer Jay, did Miss Biggs, was she able to log on?
I have not seen it.
Okay. Debbie, I know you were saying bring Beverly on, and Marcia was helping her. Can someone help her get on, please? Who's in the chat? Can you play one of her commercial while she's trying to get on for a second? Can you do that for me? Hers.
Yeah, give me
Thank
a second.
you.
That's the 6th time I've put it in the chat. So
it's the 6th. Okay, so someone get this to her. I did talk to Beverly. She told me she was out working in the field. I told her, if you got time, love to have you on. But I told her I would play the commercial so we can put it back on, please. Okay, so if Bev gets on, she was on it for a minute, she's welcome to come on anytime, but we are going to go ahead and to get started. I know we were having some technical difficulty with getting on, but again, this is Producer Jay's birthday. So I like to hear from voters. So one of the things, and I want to put this, can you put the check thing back up there? Because I want to address this part that we had people literally come on to say, make a fraudulent post that she wrote a check for, look, shrimp and, was it shrimp and steak? Look, where was that cookout at? Because I would have been there, literally. So whoever this Jonathan Higginson in, which is a fake page, said Beverly Biggs wrote a bad check to a local merchant for steaks, seafood, and chicken for some cookout she had. When the merchant asked her about it, she threatened him, saying that she's going to be a councilwoman and she'll pay when she can't. That has got to be the worst piece of garbage and lie that someone. One, I've talked to Beverly. She buys her meat in Detroit area, I believe in Dearborn. They only take a cash and credit card. They don't even take bridge cards. You know, she ain't wrote a check, and out. People don't even write checks anymore. And I asked her, and she was out with Jason, we the people. If Jason's around, you will hear him. And he did a video, with her saying, no, I did not. That didn't happen. So this is the slander that people are doing. It didn't happen. And it's a poorly written sentence with poor messaging. If you've seen this is a lie. It did not happen. She did not write a check. She did not. It simply did not happen on some meat. And what could Bev, why wasn't I invited to that cookout? You doing steaks and seafood? I mean, who gonna give 3 steaks, seafood, and chicken? And what seafood? Lobster, crab legs, shrimp, fish. What seafood? I mean, that's not even realistic. And people don't even mix all the meats together. I mean, no, this was poorly written, and this was clearly put up there to sabotage her. So this didn't happen. This is 100% a complete lie. Complete lie. It didn't happen. So I addressed it yesterday on my page, and I'm addressing it again. So we are going to go on to the next. If she comes in, I know people want to, if you got Beverly's number, y'all call her. Tell her you want to hear from her. Tell her it'll be a nice look. Tell her we'll be chatting like we on the phone. She know like how we do. So I want to get on to, so I want to leave on something.
Let me say.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go for it.
So I want to do the complaint, because we're talking about the 3rd ward. Is she on there?
No, she's not on here. But I was just going to say something. You touched on it. You touched on it. So you don't have to agree with a person, right?
Right.
All the time. But when they come on, you should. If you're watching and listening or whatever, and you're in the chat, you can be respectful. You don't have to like the person. You don't have to like their politics, but at least be respectful.
Yeah.
So what we're going on right now?
Yeah. So if y'all see Bev, I see Tanya jump. Bev, somebody help Bev to get on. She be holding that phone, and sometimes it can be a little. Thank you, because this is where I'm headed at. Thank you, producer James. So listen. So while Beverly and AC Dumis were both on the campaign trail, they would come across people. Hey, Gutter Black, JP6, Tanya Jones. So they would come across people who ballots had been picked up. And the ballots, yes, y'all hear a dog barking in the background, but we're going to ignore him, okay? He's doing his job. He's doing his job. So, now he's doing it too good. So they would come across people when they talk to them. They'd be like, well, she was over here showing, LaShawn Johnson showed a video. Bev said LaShawn was showing 2 videos of her, and it would spend hours. Deacon Dumis said the same thing. There was really a negative campaign that was being ran on their. This dog about to get it, y'all. And so with that being said, there were issues. you cannot pick up a ballot. So absentee ballots, hold on while I yell at this dog, y'all. This dog about to get some business. Okay, and so whatever it is, he's doing his job. They would run across these people. And so 40 complaints started coming in. So the election date is August 5th. Absentee ballots began to be mailed out 45 days ahead of time. 45 days ahead of time. And so with it being mailed out that amount of time, the end of June, complaints started coming in that people's ballots were being picked up, not only by AC Dumis, but by Beverly Biggs. Both of them, Berta, baby, I'm done with you. I'm gonna have to go bring him back in here with me. So as they were out here talking to people, they would tell them, let them go to Dallas, put the cheese on the crack. Let's go to Dallas, Texas. So people would say, she picked it up or she took it with her. So people start lodging complaints. So this letter here, as you will see, and I'm have to, because y'all know I can't read that. I'm gonna have to start having producer Jay read these little letters. Yeah. So what this states, this was, she was talked to and asked told not to do this anymore, given the proper instructions on how it is supposed to be done. So in this letter, I need to cross out of that, y'all. It states first, the date of it is July 3rd, 2020. This is the day before July 4th. So third ward special election Tuesday, August 5th, special election information, special election general election, important information for Flint voters, absentee ballot instructions. So y'all, when you go down 3 paragraphs, it tells you and this is the law. This is the law. Yeah, I got to him.
Want to grow your business? Advertise with the Tanya Burns Show and unleash your brand's potential. Contact us today for advertising rates. Call 810-354-5843. That's 810-354-5843 or email hcrcga@gmail.com.
Okay, he gonna bark for a minute because it's an unknown car. So he's going bark for a minute. So let's get back. He'll stop in a minute. Producer Jay, you still here with me? So I got to pull the document back up.
Yeah, you were over there at the part where it said about the no person should pick up a ballot.
Yeah, and so and let me tell you something. When you go in and you take the oath, I got to scroll back down. When you take the oath to that you're gonna run, it is your responsibility to read and to know. So it is to my understanding that it was told that they started first coming in, that they were told. And so it tells you absentee voter ballot applications. The only persons who may lawfully possess a signed absentee voter ballot application, the voter, a member of the applicant's immediate family, A person residing in the applicant's household. That's one if it's filled out, or a postal worker or an authorized election official. So absentee ballot instructions. So this is where they were having issues. The only person legally allowed to return a completed ballot to the vote, to absentee ballot voter. One, the voter, you yourself. Two, a member of the voter's immediate family. That means living in your household. Three, a person residing in the household that was asked to return the voter's completed ballot. For a post employee or an authorized election official. And so this didn't happen in many cases. And I believe the last count was that I had, this was a couple of weeks ago, was 22 people. There were 22 people that, it was 22 people that had said she returned them. That's what Deacon A.C. Dumis was speaking of. But this was a couple of weeks ago. So after that, it still continued. And some households had more than one ballot. If you're married or your kids or whoever, some had 3, some had 4. And so Diablito said that's 22 felony counts. Probably more than that, because, and let me tell you the process. So he stated that the clerk walked it over. The clerk would not have turned in and sent a complaint if she did not do a preliminary investigation, or she didn't investigate it prior to where she felt it was sufficient evidence that this had been done. She would not have done it. There's a process. The city clerk wouldn't have sent it in because Joe Blow said they may have taken them. That's not how it works. So in order for the clerk to have submitted it, she had to have found sufficient evidence that it had happened. And so therefore, it was turned in. It was turned in. And so when it turns in a complaint, so Deacon Dumis turned it in. He turned it in and he did a written complaint. The written complaint goes to the clerk, and he sent it to everybody in the state of Michigan. And I'm not just, I think he sent it to the governor, he sent it to the Secretary of State, he sent it to Attorney General, he sent it to the State Board of Elections, he sent it to the Genesee County clerk, he sent it to everybody. And so I guess he covered the board with it. And so while him and Beverly were out, they would both say she was here. This is their own accounts with them talking to people, And so the clerk just doesn't say, I'm going to, turn this in or something. The clerk has to have evidence. So therefore, the clerk had to have found sufficient evidence, and she turned it over to the Michigan State Police. You have to have something for the clerk to stand on. You have to. So she turned it in. She turned it in, and it was turned in. And so when it's turned in, then, and it is a felony charge. So this went out July 3rd. This warning went out July 3rd. There's that finger the correct way, or that way. So July 3rd, it was turned in. Davina did her job. She has a responsibility to investigate it. If there's sufficient evidence to turn it in, she did that. So with that being said, her next step is she did her part. It goes to the Michigan State Police. He stated that she took it over there herself to the Michigan State Police. Why? Because the Michigan State Police is the branch of government that is covered with the Michigan State of Elections. Now I'm going to tell you this, Miss Inez Brown, there was a gentleman by the last name with, I'm just going to say W. This had happened to him before. The clerk actually did her research. This man, when Inez Brown was the clerk, had turned in, he was picking them up. And Miss Brown did her diligence as the clerk. I do know that the clerk, according to Deacon to A.C. Dumis, that what he did was reference this also, because you have to have it. Has this ever happened before in Flint? And were they prosecuted? Yes, they were. The man is no longer living, but there was a gentleman. He did it, and he was in the first ward. He did it. Miss Brown did what the clerk requires her to do, and this has happened before. And Davina followed the same process. This is serious. It's serious. This has happened before. And Davina, I know there may be people get upset with the clerk, but the clerk did what she was supposed to do. She did her job. She did her job this time. So now it's in the state of, I believe the county clerk sent it over to the sheriff, and the Michigan State Police do their own investigation. And the questions are going to be very simple. So did you fill out an absentee ballot? Yes, I did. Did someone else take it to take your ballot other than you to the clerk's office or to a mailbox? Yes, they did. And these people aren't going to lie. They're not. People are saying, and I've talked to some of the people. I said, well, I didn't know. She told me what color siding to get. Oh, well, I guess you have to say alleged. What color siding you want? This is what the people are telling me on the phone. And so when this happens, this is very serious. You can't handle those ballots. You cannot collect them. I can't go collect, say, my little niece's ballot. I can't do that. I can't take my cousin's ballot. It's against the law. You can't do that. So what happens when you take a ballot? It is a felony. And I make sure that I list information on my page so that people understand what is it that it carries. What is the weight that it carries? So this is on the mid. Can I return another person's absentee ballot? The following individuals are legally permitted to return an absentee ballot: the voter, a member of the voter's immediate family who has been asked to return the ballot, a person residing in the voter's household who has been asked to return the ballot, a mail carrier, an authorized election official. At the bottom, it is a felony in the state of Michigan for a person other than listed above to possess or deliver a ballot, regardless of whether it has been voted. You can't do it. I can't take my friends, my good girlfriend, my best. You can't do it. And so as they were out there campaigning, they ran into a lot of people that this had occurred with. And so they turned it in. And so this is a very serious charge. So what will happen? One, she can be disqualified to run. Two, if this happens, you can have a felony charge. So depending on when it comes in. So say if the alleged thing, if she won the election, you can't get a felony. You automatically removal. And so this is very serious. How can you prove it? Well, the people, and let me tell you, the clerk is not going to send it over without already having proof. This was not been a secret. People have talked about that this had been happening. People have talked about these ballots have been turned in. So this was already known that it was going on or allegedly going on. And so this is why AC Dumis turned it in, and he did a formal complaint. And this is serious. So if any of you, they say, can I take your ballot? No, I cannot. Nope, can't do it. Unless those guidelines that's on here tells you who can and who cannot do it. And this is serious because she was talked to in July, into June. And here we are into August. And it's still happening, allegedly. You can't do this. So just to have a clear violation of the rules and the respect of our voting laws is a problem. So the complaint that was made had legitimacy. And I want people to understand the complaint that was made had legitimacy by Deacon Dumis. It had it. Jerry Winfrey Carter, Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter, the third ward writing candidate or someone in her camp put some literature in someone's mailbox. She continues to break the law. Yes, Beverly sent a picture to me today of LaShawn Johnson mail stuff in the box. You can't put literature. If you got income, turn it into the mail people. You can't put mail in people's mailboxes. I think Doug did that. He put it in several of the ENAB board people, and Liddell Lewis put it in people's mailbox. Liddell Lewis had her people out there doing this in their mailbox. And this is the mess that they do. She sure did it, and they saw them out there doing it. And was on video. So I just want to say that. So this is serious charges, very serious charges. When we talk about how do you begin being a council person and you breaking the law allegedly before you even start. Big problem. So now that we have covered that. So look, we got dog gate too, y'all. So listen, so let's get on to, we're going to talk about this weekend. And if you got questions in the chat, just throw them in there. And so last Monday, a week from today, last Monday during the council meeting, I had, and we're going to play the video, I had concerns about accepting I wasn't going to pass it, which was the training for the Flint Police Department. We had problems. We'd had problems in council chambers. I didn't like the way, I believe in community policing. I don't like the way that the police have been weaponized against the public. And I have spoke openly and consistently about this. I have been consistent. So and good evening, everyone. If you're just now joining us, look, y'all click the like button. So during the meeting, we discussed it. We discussed it when it came up. And Councilman Jared, Councilwoman Winfrey Carter, weren't supporting. Chief Green needs to explain to us, how are you training them? What are you training them? Is this the proper training? Because he's a department head, he needs to be there. And I take this very serious because we have had issues. Officers with the AK-47 strapped across them, macing people. We've had these issues. So these have been very serious issues. So we're going to begin playing this, I believe, at the 1 minute. So producer Jay has to say, so this was a week ago today. And then we know that on Saturday evening, same week, that we have more people being pepper sprayed. And some unwanted. Now, y'all know I use my own attorneys, because to get in my attorney, that's probably on here now making sure I say some alleged stuff. So he'll drop me a text. But the way some of that pepper spray was done, it wasn't to diffuse a situation. There was no threat. And he said it can be considered an assault. So let's play the video, please, producer Jay. Also, the 250182 182 grant acceptance, continuing professional education.
Okay.
That one, and that is it for me.
Are there any more separations? Councilwoman as councilman in the Ninth Ward.
Yeah, Madam Chair, 250246. And
So we're doing a complete separation here, because if you say
Yes.
another one, that's what we're doing. All right, it's completely separated.
No, it's not complete separation.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're right.
Minutes.
All of the resolutions are completely separated.
Yeah.
We're separating all the resolutions out. So the consent agenda consists of
Madam
all
Chair.
of the minutes.
just for clarity on my part, the license carries over as well, or no?
It's in here. You separated it.
Okay, all right. I just want to make sure we were clear. Thank you.
Yeah, all right. So the consent agenda consists of all of the minutes with any necessary corrections. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Okay, Dr. Lewis is not in. Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Vote is 5 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 5 yes, 0 no. Moving on, the consent agenda passes. Moving on to Resolution 250182-T, which is the grant acceptance for continuing professional education, State of Michigan Commission Law Enforcement Standards. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
I would like to send this back to committee because I do not see Chief Green here.
There's a motion on the floor to send it back to committee. Is there a second?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 5th Ward.
I'll second that motion.
It's been moved to send 250182-T back to committee by the councilwoman in the 6th Ward. It has been seconded by the councilwoman in the 5th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Priestley?
No.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
No.
Mr. Pfeiffer is not in. I'm sorry, Mr. Pfeiffer is absent. Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis is absent. The vote is 3 yes, 2 no.
The vote is 3 yes, 2 no. That motion fails. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
so this grant we have accepted several times in the past. This
What
not-
is their motion?
Oh, I'm sorry. Motion to approve.
There's a motion to approve by the councilwoman in the 4th Ward. Is there support? I will support it. It's been supported by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward. Is there discussion?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward, you have the floor.
the reason why I didn't want to send this back to finance is because I did want to discuss it. This is a grant that we have accepted several times in the past, and it's a grant offered to, as we can look at our detail, many communities across the state. So I am totally 100% in favor of any money to better serve our officers in their continuing education. And so I don't understand why they want to send it back to committee when it's basically a routine item. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward, you have the floor.
My motion to send it back is very clear with what's been happening in our community. When I want to know what it's going to be used for, I do not see Chief Green here to answer any questions. He's over that department. We've got problems with officers being, some of them being trained, not all. We've got an officer who likes to carry an AK across his chest. The residents are feeling that it's intimidation. He's pepper spraying. He was written up. I don't know if you knew that. And so I want to know how the training is going to be used. Which parts are they focusing on? Because that's important. When residents are being pepper sprayed, pushed, I mean, we've got some issues. And so I want to know how it's going to be, how the training is going to be used and the funds for. So it's not routine at all. We're speaking with the sensitivity that we've had even in these chambers, to how residents are treated. When residents are simply, if you get a warning or something, or say, okay, they've been escorted out, we need to understand, because lawsuits are coming up, and they are coming, unfortunately. I would like to know, how are we using this? What areas of training? Is it going to be with their equipment, their firearms? Is it de-escalation? So there are pertinent questions when we talk about training in areas that we need to know. Is it community training, how to deal with the community? So I would like to talk to Chief Green, which he is the chief and he's over that department. And I've got some questions for, especially after listening to that, I don't know what that was, of a press conference today, because I'm still figuring out how many people were shot. Our officers were spread thin, and when they're spread thin, we know that it stresses them out. We know that morale is an issue. When they're running from crime scene to crime scene, they're not able to properly spend the time to investigate. What are we using these funds for, and how will it better this community? So I don't see him here. He has an item on here. We were told department heads are normally available. This is a time set forth, and it was put back before because Chief Green wasn't here. So I'm not supporting this until Chief Green is here, because that's where the buck stopped, and so does the training dollars. I yield the floor.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion? Seeing as how there's no one else who would like the floor in the first round of discussion, I will.
You're muted.
Okay. So here was my question about that. This was Monday. Saturday, we had the exact same thing happen. We had officers pushing, pepper spraying. We had all of that. And so that to me is a serious issue. And so I wasn't going to approve trainings. I want to, where are they getting this training from? Is it enough training? Because we haven't, and then we turned around and had the same problem on Saturday night. So Judy voted no, Candace voted no, and these are things against the people, the residents. We all have to be held accountable. Simple as that. I don't care any grant money or anything. I have questions for Chief Green. I have emailed him. I have called him. He is not taking my calls again. Okay. Not a surprise. Disappointed because you got a city with all kind of confusion and things going on. And he ain't my favorite person. And I'm quite sure I'm not his favorite person. And it's okay. He has a job as the chief of police to do. So I have called him. So I want people to understand. Someone said they had called him and they talked to him. And he told him he didn't know that this had happened. I believe he talked to Arthur Woodson, told him he didn't know that this was going on, that this had happened Saturday. Well, here's one of the problems with this. Normally the process is if the chief does not know what normally happens, you call him, let him know what's going on. And that usually comes from a commander. Then if he doesn't answer, they send a patrol car to the chief's house to let the chief know, you need to know this is what's going on. The chief is supposed to always know what's going on. How don't you know, Chief Green? How all this happening on video? I mean, and cameras, council chambers, stuff that's going, viral. How do you not know? I don't believe you don't know. I really don't. I don't believe it. He ain't taking my calls, which is a problem. I'm not calling him so we can be friends. I got some questions. How can we make our city safe? I don't care who the chief is. How can we fix this? Because right now he's going to be the chief because the police chief serves at the pleasure of the mayor. He serves at the pleasure of the mayor, in case people didn't know. And so what happened? I'm talking about the same issues Monday that happened Saturday. The pushing, the pepper spraying, just spraying like it's some Febreze, literally, and it was just spraying out. I mean, the videos are disturbing. So let's play the first video. I believe this is the one coming from Deborah Coleman or DC and Thelma and Louise. So can we play the first video, please? Now this is Terry's. This one is Terry's, but let's play that one. That's the short one. This is DC. Yeah.
That's wrong. That is so wrong. Look, still spraying. Still spraying. Hold that for me.
Yeah, you wouldn't, if you didn't see this, you wouldn't have believed it. So here's a couple things. Let's play the second one. I just sent you one. I just sent it to you. So if you can play that one, I'm gonna play the second. The spraying for no reason, that to me was overreach. He got upset because they took the car and came up to them. So I talked to the father and I talked to the auntie, and the Leon is, I don't know what being in jail is okay, but he's okay. His official time began at 2:20 a.m. Sunday night. Tonight at 2:20 a.m. that he would have 48 hours. So with the city of Flint, it is 48 hours unless they plan on asking you questions, then it's 72 hours. The city attorney has signed off on it. It's now with the arresting officer in the police department. So the police department can, send their stuff over. The jail and the prosecutor haven't received anything. The only thing the prosecutor can, the city can charge, but the city can't charge with the felony. So what they're charging him with is for felony of resisting arrest and felony assault with barbecue tongs. Yeah, I said it, barbecue tongs. Y'all watch the video. Maybe we need to watch that part again. Barbecue tongs. And so they came back so when I talked to the father, Leon Sr., he stated they didn't even take what they thought to be the weapon with them. They came back to get the barbecue tongs out of his bucket of utensils. Now, if you threat, all he did was like a little shimmy, shimmy. So they took the truck, like, we're going to intimidate. It looked and reeked of harassing. And they asked them to leave. They told them, well, we're not going to take any more orders. We've been taking orders. We'll finish this out. They said, okay. They offered the officers something to eat. This is what they're saying. They came back and said, putting the signs in the light, and we've seen the over aggression downtown with the police department. This is not traditional police. And when this happened, I had officers calling me from everywhere saying, what the hell is going on? Who the hell are they? Literally calling me 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning. I had people from all over calling and asking, what the hell is going on, Tanya? Okay, well, I didn't get to see DC's video and the other one until later. And so, but people were saying that they had been pepper sprayed and he was arrested. And so the dad said they came back to get the tongs out the bucket that they claimed he was, I guess, going to assault him. So when they turned the car, like he's standing right here, and they come back with the car and they, point the cruiser towards him, the police car, and he just does it. He's got in his hand the little tongue. And so he does a little shimmy, little shimmy. And that pissed them off. I think they thought that was taunting. Taunting is not, come on, you got a whole barbecue grill and some tongs and a beer bone. They were packing up, as you can see the auntie packing up. The dad is the guy there with the hat on, Leon Sr. They were packing up. Can we freeze that frame and go back a little bit? Y'all know I'm putting producer. Look, today is his birthday. Hey, Merc 76. Hey, Tay. Well, there we go. He's cooking on the grill. He throw his hands up, both of them. He got a barbecue tongs in his hands. Barbecue tongs is in his hands. They use the vehicle, turn it towards him. No, why? That's this obsessive force. You turn a whole 2, 3, 4 ton vehicle towards one human being. Come on. They had told you they weren't taking any more orders. And I know for a fact they had, because people were calling and saying, we didn't get our money. Are other people okay? Do you know anybody in the videos? We had ordered it and we didn't get it. They had a whole class reunion for 30, 40-year class reunion. Everybody down there had diabetes, something wrong with them, a knee hurting, arthritis. This was an older crowd that was down there. There was no threat. There was none, except for right now, the police car at him. Now, you may not like him taunting him, but you began with pointing the whole vehicle at him. So he put his hands up. He do a little shimmy like this with the barbecue tongs. The dad is there to the right in the hat. And the dad grabs, of course, his son's arm. Then you're going to see, you can let it play. The dad kind of pulls his son. And there you go, Van Kuren. Terry Van Kuren is aggressive. He pushes them back. Terry Van Kuren likes to fight. He pushes them back. He's not resisting. He's not resisting. Where is the resist at? It's not. And see, this is the thing. If you're right, you're right, but this is wrong. They had even offered them beforehand, hey, you want something to eat? We'll get you something. Now, here we go. Now, what's the use of the pepper spray? They got to pack the grill up. What is the use of the pepper spray or the bear spray or whatever? What's the use? You see, they were packing up before. They were finishing. They were told they could finish out the orders. Now they didn't spray the food. People ain't got their money. People choking. This was abuse of, look at that, of power. This is an abuse of power. People are choking. This is not good community policing. This is not good community policing. Can we play the second one, please?
Get on! 17 bodies dropped last week in first place. All right.
So we know that in the press conference that the mayor and the police chief could not and have not done, the officer stated there were 17 bodies dropped. Can we play that part one more time? Because the chief and the mayor can't seem to count. 17 bodies last Saturday. That didn't include Saturday, and it didn't include Sunday. So I believe the total was 22 for last week. But he said Saturday there was 17 shootings. That I did hear.
Get on! 17 bodies dropped last week in first place.
So for clarity, because I believe there needs to be clarity. Last week was an illegal place where I have talked about it, where they had you get a chicken and a shrimp dinner. That place was closed. This was at the Hilton Hotel downtown. This was at the Hilton. And at the Hilton downtown, they were leaving a class reunion. Like I said, these are old people for 30, 40-year class reunion. Somebody in there got something. Somebody has some diabetes. Somebody got arthritis. Somebody got some cataracts, glaucoma. People have it. And my attorney is on here, so alleged to about everything. Attorney Johnson is on here. So I do want to say, when you're looking at what they did, you have time to pack, and they are a licensed vendor. They are a licensed vendor. And so when we look at that, someone says, is there no oversight for Flint police? And we keep having this problem. It goes back to Monday, I stated about the macing and the pushing. And what happened? It is the same thing. So when you talk to these officers, it's totally different, because I've talked to them one-on-one. When they get it, I don't know what this is that they're doing. I do not know. Van Kuren is the sergeant. This is wrong. This isn't right. So they had offered them food. So he did a little shimmy and had a tongue. He barbecuing. He tried to finish up the orders. I mean, you barbecue, you got to have your barbecue utensils. And so he put his hands up. He was not in a threatening motion at all. He had his hands up, and he was, he did a little shimmy, like, they turned the whole vehicle towards him. So they have Frank Manley as their attorney. Frank Manley is their attorney. So, and y'all know we starting to pay out the yahoos for these lawsuits, because this is happening too much. So right now, where is it at right now? The young man is sitting in the Genesee County Jail. According to the sheriff and the undersheriff, he is doing fine. So people have made some reports. They made reports to the MCOs. So what is MCOs when you have problems? So the Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standard, because you have to be certified to keep your standard. People were making reports today to MCOs. They said, hey, where do you make a complaint to? And they've been guided to make them to MCOs. So, because if you ain't certified, you can't serve. So my reasoning for holding up Chief Green's training, because where is the training that should have told these officers, this is not what you do? And I'm gonna tell you, there's some officers that I'm friends with that I'm not in agreement with this. I'm absolutely not, because I think some of them have been on there they're too far removed from some of this, and they're understaffed. And when you see this type, this is not the same thing as down on industrial with the 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. These folks is 40, 50, 60, some 70 who were down there. This is not the same thing. This is not drag racing on the bricks. This is, we're buying some barbecue. We're taking it back to our room at the Hilton because we're hungry and we can't get room service. And then the one I'm talking about, go to McDonald's. Some of these people don't live here. They don't live here. Everything closes down in Flint. So you will find a lot of people will, the barbecue stands. I don't eat at barbecue stands, y'all, anymore. This one, they say the food is good and it looked good. And I think it's the something smoke. So you can go on Leon Lawson, something to smoke. The food looks good. I've never had it. You know, this family is dealing, and they're worried. I spoke with them a couple times today. Now, here's the thing, Mayor Neely, you say you friends to them, let him out of jail. You got him up in there and they ain't charged him with nothing. Got him sitting up there waiting on the arresting officer. Mayor Neely, if you his friend, you get him out of there. You get him out. Because this was a BS charge. They came back to get the tongs, the barbecue tongs. Came back to get him. You know, and you see him, his hands are up. They're up. They're up and he has tongs. And they left the tongs. So the tongs were so dangerous and they got pepper spray and guns and tasers. Pepper spray, gun, and tasers. You know, here, you know, they could have did it a different way. What they should have did is come over and said, hey, you know, you got time to, you know, we need you to wrap up. You know, you build a rapport with these people because the barbecue stand people, you know, in these food trucks, they can be your eyes and ears often for things you wouldn't even know. Build up intel. Don't build up enemies. Build up intel and relationships with the people. Don't build enemies. We done went through George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Sandra Bland. We done went through the really difficult part of Black Lives Matter to now have a problem that Black Lives Matter? Come on. We did all of this to now come back to this garbage. And so my question was the training. Who training them? I had so many conversations and with one person, I said, look, you know, people say, oh, it's the prosecutor. Y'all paperwork is terrible. Get your paperwork together. They need paperwork training. And in the police department, they need to get, the prosecutor can't prosecute if the paperwork and the investigations aren't done properly. So a lot of these people are released back. And so there's enough, you know, you can look at the issues, not the prosecutor. You bring them a good case, it's solid, they're gonna prosecute. Just like the one where the prosecutor got on there about Leon, Councilman Leon L. Alameda with his alleged strangulation, felony, less than murder, but strangulation and misdemeanor that, you know, he's saying no deals. And I never seen David Layton, the prosecutor David Layton, let me give him his due respect, come on and do 2 interviews within 5 days because the case was put together. And when your case is put together, you don't have to. And so when people say these people down, and this is the part, when he said for a place like this, this is downtown Flint. And downtown Flint, I mean, this is an after hours place. I mean, a little barbecue setting. We see them around Flint, but we have a lot of Black business downtown. You got Potato Spuds. You got, used to be Zolo. You got back on, what is the bricks with Delano Burton Jr. His restaurant is down there. You got my sister's Drinks of Essence is down there. You have Dink Sosa is opening up Level Up, which used to be the loft. He's completely renovated that. Dink Sosa, shout out to you for that. You got Ray Tyler. He has a business down there. There is a candle business. I don't need a candle business name, but they're down there. So this is the most Black business we've had down there. So do we build it up, but we can't enjoy it? Got a problem with that. These are adults. These aren't minors. Minors have to be in, they have a curfew, not adults. So where's the threat? The police became the threat. Hey, look, I need y'all to move the barbecue grill. We want to close it up. We don't want, the young people are coming around and, there's some issues. But my question, well, where is the threat? You have to have a threat. You have the right to peacefully assemble. Some of y'all police, some of my friends, I vehemently disagree with some of their stuff. I do. I absolutely do with some of them. Some of the stuff I do, this I do not. I do not. And I want to be very clear. I do not. So is downtown the sundown town? Are we making downtown a sundown town? Is it a problem with the young folks who have come in here and showed their behinds? That's a problem too. Because parenting, I will always say, parenting begins at home. Get y'all kids. I will always say that. These were older people. They're older people. So there was one more. Can you play? I sent you the third one. Can you put that one up? Oh, look, Cara Lewis in there. Hey, Jessica. Connie. Connie said, vote Beverly Biggs, please. Producer Jay, you ain't leave me. Don't leave me, baby.
No, that's the same video that we just played.
Oh, was that the one? No, there's one. Oh, I sent you one in Messenger.
Hold on.
Yeah, I just sent, yeah. It's a short one. Oh, this one, yeah, this one just shows like the spray. That's not the one with the 17 body. And by the way, Chief Green did 2 conferences, 3-4 days late during the conference, 17 bodies. Thank you, officer, for telling us on that Saturday, but I believe it was 2 that Friday, 17 on Saturday, and 3 on Sunday night. So 2 Friday, 17 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday night. So that's what y'all did the math. What, 22? 22. What you don't hear is Mayor Neely speaking that number. He done got these kids to tell him how great he is and he loved that at that BS news conference, and start holding your elected officials accountable. There's too much going on. It's too much going on. This is when we should all be working together to have a voice, because this shouldn't be happening. This should not. And I can't get any results from, if I have to go to the county sheriff. Should not be happening. Should not be happening. Sometimes I give this to the YNs, or a shout out that night, because they said that they was down there, that they were very respectful, that there wasn't an issue. So the young people, I'm not going to call them the young ends, because I'm not from that generation. The young people were down there being very respectful with the older people, but there was no threat. Where's the threat? And you have a right to ask, where's the threat? Why are you asking us to leave? I mean, if you have a legal license for a barbecue thing, you got hours of operation? No, you don't. So if people are buying food, then they get to wait to get their food. There was no threat. There was no violence. Police officers are there to keep the peace. To keep the peace. Thank you. You said Etchwick Candles is the name of the black candle business. Thank you, Diamond Minded Solution. I did not know the name. I just know I'm trying to get there. But Lord knows that they don't give me any time, because this was not my agenda today to do. So Etchwick Candles, which I believe is right next to Level Up Dink Sosa's place, which will be an all sports bar. And he has an age limit on that. So my concern is, as we see these buildings being leased and building partnerships with a downtown developer who is building partnerships with a lot of the Black promoters and businesses, are we running the people away from downtown? But for me, how can we make sure we continue to support it? And community policing is not this was not community policing. So at the end of a lovely day, they had Northwestern tailgate. There was a lot going on. This is how the police ended, putting a car on a guy with some barbecue tongues. Come on, y'all now. This is serious. I don't want to make light of this, because I spoke to it that Monday about the pushing and the pepper spray. because it's happened before. I've seen it, and I will not be silent on it. I will not. So, Producer Jay.
Yes, ma'am.
So that other one, blah, 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 blah. So one of the things, let's get into First Amendment. You have a right to peacefully assemble. You do. Only in city council chambers where you have certain council members tell you don't have a right to talk, you don't have a right to hold a sign, to protest, and you do. Know your rights. Know your rights. So some of the things, and I told you I would read these because he was like, that is a lot to put up. Yes, it was. And so, and I'm gonna read them because we didn't, I had to scrap this. So people in Michigan, do you have the right to assemble? Michigan people who live in Michigan generally have the right to generally have the right to assemble peacefully in public spaces under the First Amendment Constitution and the Michigan Constitution. So some of you may not know you have the U.S. Constitution, and then each state has their own. Michigan has a Michigan Constitution, in case you didn't know. However, there are circumstances where individuals may be ordered to disperse or to move on in public. Loitering. Michigan prohibits laws of loitering in certain places, particularly those associated with illegal activities. I can't read, y'all. Illegal activities or public buildings like courthouses, police stations, or if the purpose is to solicit legal services or bail bonds. So bail bondsmen cannot hang out in jails to solicit. So they were outside. And you also, in the city of Flint, you have to post a no loitering sign for them to arrest you. You do. You have to put it on your property. Trust me, I've worked with numerous people to do it. You have to do that. If it's on private property, you have to tell them, look, we don't want it according to ordinance number, and it's listed as a red and white sign. Because I've done this before. So secondly, obstruction, traffic, or business. You can be ordered to disperse if you're blocking, interfering with free, uninterrupted use of public streets, sidewalks, entrances to businesses. Okay, these people were not. They was in the street parked. Safety concerns, unlawful concerns or unlawful assemblies. Police can issue a dispersal order if gathering becomes violent, poses a threat, and a clear and present danger of a riot or disorder. That was not happen. Or if it constitutes an unlawful assembly, such as a group of 4 or more people gathered with the intent to riot. They was trying to purchase some corn, some barbecue, some food. They were hungry. They wanted to go back to their hotel. Another one, violating reasonable restrictions. Local authorities can impose reasonable time and place, manner restrictions on protests and demonstrations to ensure public safety and order. You have to get a permit here in the city of Flint. We know that with the peaceful protests with Jedediah, they arrested that he was leading. They arrested because he did not obtain a permit. And they arrested, detained Miss Wolford, 70-something-year-old beautiful lady, detained her, and they arrested Beverly Biggs' husband, arrested him, threw him to the ground, took him to the police station, told him to get an orange jumpsuit, had him get out the orange jumpsuit, then had someone meet him in Farmers Market parking lot to pick him up. It was just BS. And so when we keep seeing this is a problem. Police must issue a clear dispersal order and provide a reasonable opportunity to comply and leave the area. You have the right to ask, why are you asking us to leave? You have that right. It's your Michigan Constitution and your U.S. Constitution. And I don't know if they know some of this, and I'm going to tell you some of the stuff I know they don't know. Because when they have put out people in city council chambers, it has been wrong because they don't know Robert's rules, council rules. They don't know the Michigan Constitution, the Open Meetings Act, and they don't know the charter. I know this for a fact. And I'm like, this isn't, and people have tried to tell them because people who aren't on, who have picked up and know, they know like the basics. These officers don't know when they're instructed by certain council members who are using the police or weaponizing the police against the people, they're removing them. And it's not even rightfully. It's not. Even if you believe the gathering is, so police must issue a clear dispersal order and provide a reasonable opportunity to comply and leave the area. Even if you believe your gathering is unlawful and protected, it's generally advisable to comply with the dispersal order to avoid potential arrest, according to the American Civil Liberties Union. Now, people have started putting in complaints with the ACLU. So here we go again. So here goes some more lawsuits. People that were pepper sprayed have begun to put in complaints with the ACLU. ACLU has contacted us at the city council. They've sent a letter. I have to find the letter. I'll share that with you guys the next time I'm on. That's American Civil Liberties Union with breaking, violating people's rights. They have found sufficient evidence that they feel that they have asked and FOIA'd certain records, videos, and so on. They have done this. And I want to say like the last 3 to 4 weeks. Your rights are generally not absolute and can be restricted in certain circumstances to protect public safety and order. There was no public safety and order. Look, y'all just can't be down here if you black, okay, trying to buy barbecue that night. Because you was going to get you was going to get pepper sprayed. And don't do no shimmy, 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 allegedly, because with no tongs in your hand. This is just not good training. And I think that's why, for me, they need good training. Community policing is so important. So when we go, and I'm going to talk about community policing, because it used to be officers would have to walk the beat. When they walked the beat, they had to meet, they would talk to people. You got to know who lived in the community. And right now, that's difficult. So here's the next one. So how should police ask residents to leave public areas? Police officers can ask residents to leave areas under certain circumstances, but their authority is not limitless. Generally, police can order dispersal when there is a clear threat to public or safety or order, or if an activity is unlawful, disrupting the peace. I don't think selling barbecue and you got older folks who's at a class reunion. Come on. I don't think that there was a clear threat, and you can ask them. The procedures they should follow when issuing such an order include: number one, clear and specific reasons. Police should clearly articulate the reason for the dispersal order. It might be due to a perceived threat, a disruption of traffic, or a violation of local ordinances, according to the American Civil Liberties Union. Here we go again, because y'all, I'm telling you, they sent us something. 2, identification and notice. Individuals should receive clear and detailed notice of the dispersal order. That includes time to disperse. Police must provide a reasonable amount of time for people to leave the area. I think it's reasonable to say, if you ordered your food, they've taken the money, you got to give them their food. Let us finish out. And they weren't taking any more orders. They were even had started packing up. You can see in the video, she's packing up the styrofoam. They took the flag down, removed the flag. You can see all this in the video. Consequence of non-compliance. These consequences of failing to disperse should be clearly stated, says the American Civil Liberty Union. Exit routes, clear and obstructed exit paths should be designated. Language accessibility. Dispersal order should be communicated in a manner that is reasonably believed to be heard and understood by the intended audience, including using other languages where appropriate. Last resort, number 3, dispersal order should be a last resort, used only when other options for managing the situation have been exhausted or are not feasible. They had not exhausted their reason, did not. Considerations, documentation, the name of the officer giving the dispersal order and the date and time each order was given should be documented. No selective enforcement. Police cannot selectively order individuals or groups to disperse based on their speech or their message. That's if you're out there speaking. Just like they allow the Ku Klux Klan and some of these other hate groups to speak, you got to let them speak. And so that goes into that. So I want people to know you got to know your rights, because if you don't know them, they can treat you any kind of way. Now, if you don't, immediately we know that they will come up with a charge and hold you in Flint. That's happened too many times. I now have a very good relationship with the sheriff's department and the undersheriff. I do. So community policing, this is what I believe in, because you bridge in the gap. You don't want to make enemies. We should be de-escalating, not escalating. We should be de-escalating, not escalating the problems. And this is what we're running into. The one on Home Street with the officer with the AK and the pepper spray. He ran from down the street, 4 houses down, start pushing on the young man, cussing him out. F you, get back, F you. And then sprayed everybody. And we had people being sprayed down here. And this is a problem. Community policing. Community policing is a philosophy and strategy that promotes partnerships between law enforcement and the community to proactively address crime and social disorder. It involves collaboration, problem solving, organizational transformation to build trust, and improve public safety. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Key components: community partnerships, building relationships and trust between law enforcement and community members through open communication, collaboration, and shared problem solving. Problem solving, identifying the root causes of crime and disorder in the community and working together to develop and implement solutions. Organizational transformation, restructuring police departments to support community partnerships and problem solving, including changes in personnel training and resource. Goals of policing, of community policing, reduce crime and disorder by addressing the underlying issues that contribute to crime. Community policing aims to create safer neighborhoods, increase public trust, fostering positive relationships between the police and community, and can lead to greater trust and cooperation. It improves quality of life by addressing local problems. Community policing can help improve the overall well-being of others. How does it differ from traditional policing? Reactive versus proactive. And I believe in being proactive. I don't like the reactive. I've always stated that. Traditional policing tends to focus on responding to crimes after they occur, while community policing emphasizes preventing crime before it happens. So know y'all rights, because if you don't know your rights, y'all, they will run all over you. And I have talked full transparency to these officers one-on-one, and they weren't bad, but what were they out here doing these nights? When you talk one-on-one, it's a different conversation. But when they get together, they moving like a formation. They put them gloves on and they carrying you out of council chambers. They're carrying you out, And so when you can't enjoy in your own city, that is a problem for me. You know, is downtown Flint becoming a sundown town? And how you got a Black mayor, a Black police chief, a Black fire chief, a Black city administrator, and y'all can't keep our Black selves downtown to buy some barbecue and hang out? Come on. I mean, this was after. This was after. I mean, how do you do that? And I want to be very clear. The police chief serves at the pleasure of the mayor. They have control over this. Do they need more training? Yes, they do. That training thing will be back on city council on Wednesday. They need more training. This is not the proper way to handle people in this community. It is not the proper way to pepper spray. It is not the proper way to handcuff people and throw them out of council chamber. It is not the proper way. And it is abuse of position and power. And people have to start speaking up. I shouldn't be the only one speaking up. Councilman Murphy Carter shouldn't be the only one speaking up. People need to speak up. And even if you want, I'm gonna tell you, I had some disagreements. And I try not to say swear words on the Lord's Day, the Sabbath day. And it's a problem because some of them don't get it. It is not okay. And because what if this was now if it was their mama doing this, different story. My mama was just at her 60th class or 50th class reunion and they sprayed her. It'd be different if it was their mother. And so how do you walk it back? Training for those officers is going to be lawsuits. It was an abuse of power and position, in my opinion. And I'm gonna tell you, I've talked to them separately, totally different. Down there, what in the pepper spray hell was that? And you gotta talk to people. the police have to be able, and maybe this isn't their duty. Normally they do other things, or they're supposed to do some of everything. Communicating with the public is not their niche. Now, we got some meth houses and some drug houses over there on Cummings Street and the East Side. Got some. I got some in my ward. They're not good with folks. Now, if you want to go deal with the people over there, this is not, you got to be able to talk to people. You have to. This is a problem. I'm going to tell you, I have talked to, literally, because y'all know I can talk. They have told me they didn't want to be in council. And so they like the look, go get some of them squatters, some drug houses. I just don't like, if it was, this shouldn't have happened. This is the most Black businesses, and I may have missed some that are downtown. And you have to learn how to deal with the people who may not be the same color as you are. And that is Chief Green's responsibility, to make sure they got proper training. It is his responsibility, because nowadays people get aggressive. You done seen they done torch somebody. They going. There's some serious stuff. There's some serious stuff. And I want to speak to the mayor who keep getting his lying self on his radio show trying to insinuate I called and brought Jedediah Brown. No, it was not me. He first talked to Tia Austin, and she wore him down like a new pair of gym shoes. She did. And he was talking to Michael Clack. I was just happened to be too busy. Michael Clack was speaking to him. So I need the mayor to stop telling lies. I need him to stop doing that and become associated with the truth, with all those crosses on, a cross hat, a cross on your wrist, cross around your neck. Get your lies together. Get them together. Get them together. But what I do know to be true is that when Councilman Leon Alamin got out of jail, he sent you a text and said, contact Green or Ed. That's in the text. That's fact. And I put that. Look, Michael Clack is in there. That's true. Thank you, Clack. Because Clack had been talking to me and he couldn't get me. And Clack was like, Councilman Burns, I've been trying to reach him. And I think, Clack, when you caught up with me, I think I wasn't feeling well. He was like, you okay? I was like, because I was sitting on the couch. And I think I was sick or just tired. And that's how it happened. And so I did not bring him here. So the mayor needs to associate himself with the truth. So did I develop a friendship with him? Yes. Now, y'all want to hear something funny. So here's the joke that the lie, because this is what they do, that Jedediah was staying with me. Not one time has he. Nor am I seeing Jedediah. Let that be clear. Y'all know, I like somebody who they got to be rubbed down with that green alcohol. They got arthritis. They got to take some vitamins in the morning. They might have to put on some of that little ointment pain, medication. So, So blow that up. So we do know right here that when he got out, he violated his PP, personal protection order, by stalking the victim to survivor. She's now a survivor, by giving the mayor his location. Why was he giving the mayor his location? Shouldn't have been doing it. And so this is just the truth. So I need him to be telling this is the truth. He got his location. He sent the mayor the young lady's location and video clips of the camera. He also sent Liddell Lewis, which said they was going to go over there around 9:00. I mean, what were they going to do? You're harboring a fugitive, and now you're going to aid and abet him and take him to violate his personal protection order, allegedly. I mean, come on. You can't make this up. You can't. Look, this is I believe the authorities have this now. So I want to give it to 810 News Media Group. They were the first ones to break this. Oh, this is when he calls the mayor big time. Big time. He said, call Green or Red. They can help you. So you texting her location big time, or Leon is to big time, and he's saying call Ed or Green. Come on now. I mean, he has a violation. And matter of fact, you need to make sure that you support August 7th this week. The Victim to Survivor in Court Wear Purple to show support. And what was the other one? You got the one with Councilwoman Lydia, because you had some sharp eyes. You saw that what's the name? And I'm like, you got some good eyes. Look, he done got quiet on me. So y'all, if you haven't wished producer Jay a happy birthday, please wish him a happy birthday. So wear purple this Wednesday. Oh, look, he on it. Can you talk? Guess what that is? That is a video. That's Liddell Lewis in her AI photo. That is her AI photo. Look, with me, you get what you can get. I don't know. Menopause can have its body back. I want my other one back. So listen. So you have got Councilwoman Liddell Lewis and they're talking. Can you talk? He sent her the video. See the little arrow right there? Yeah, let's say alleged, y'all, but we're looking at it. And he sent us a video, and it's a little sound to it also. And she says, let's go around 9. Where y'all going around 9? To the location he sent you? So you helping him break the law too? Because he was at your house, what you didn't know, she had the whole location, every place he went, every text message y'all got. Boo-boo. No, it's Mr. LC to you. That's right. He saw boo-boo. Boo-boo. So how you gonna send this to, and this is serious. This girl was scared for her life. Everything she has, she is rebuilding her life. Keep her in your prayers and surround her with positive energy, and may the angels camp out around her and keep her safe from the crown of her head to the bottom of her feet, because she has been terrified. And as I said, I went to the hospital with her. So I'm not talking about what I thought I may know. I'm talking about what I seen, me, her, and her mother. What I seen when she emailed me those two, and I didn't quite get them emails. And then I said, hey, I don't know, it's going to call me if you need help or if it's something I can do for you. And I left my number, and her mother called back. Had no idea any of this would happen. And I don't care if you're a victim of domestic violence, get out. Domestic violence can be them financially withholding money. It can be them verbally assaulting you, physically assaulting you. It can be all of that. Get out. Get out. They gonna go around 9 o'clock, Liddell and him. They're supposed to support women. How he texting you and y'all gonna go allegedly around 9 o'clock? The text right there. Look, and I guess when they get time, everybody gonna go through all them text messages because they listen. That text was hot.
One thing for certain and two things for sure, though. If Liddell was going over there, you know it was going to be confrontation, because that's all she knows.
Oh, that's it. She's a very confrontational. St. Mark said, may the angels of the Lord surround her. Thank you, Pastor Thompson. Yes. May they surround her and keep her and protect her. Yes. So, it's some serious stuff that's going on here. We was going to do calling. What time are we at? Lord have mercy. Y'all, this is one of my shorter shows. Y'all notice I'm getting it down a little bit. And so, but I did I cover everything I needed to cover? Look, I think I did. So I wanted to. Will the hiring situation be addressed during counseling? Oh, listen. And it's no telling we got to wait tomorrow. Look, if you want to get out and vote tomorrow. You got Beverly Biggs supporters in here. You got some AC Dumis. Get out and vote who on the ballot. Carl Lewis, I ain't doing 5 hours. So I think I done covered everything. So listen. I do want to say this, Pastor. Nice about it. So look, you want to open up the phone lines for a minute?
Not really, but if you say so, we got to do it.
Let's open up the phone lines for a minute. Look, I want to know what folks thinking. Now, who calling me from Missouri this late? Hello?
Miss Burns?
Yes.
Okay, this St. Louis.
I'll say, hey, Louis. Oh, look, she on before we put the number up. Okay, well, I'm live.
You know, not only did they spray them people, they sprayed their food too.
I know.
And Neely, you keep doing what you're doing. Because God's going to get you anyway. And why is Hamida calling him?
You say Hamida. She talking about Councilman Leon L. Alameen, y'all.
That's what y'all call him. I call him Hamida. And why is he calling him for help? You should have thought about that before you did what you did, dummy.
You know, I think that, and let me tell you something else, St. Louis, because I didn't do my show Saturday. We did some other things. So here's one of the things people are now talking about, and the Republicans on, was it the Republicans on TikTok? They call them the libs, on liberals, are killing him with this. The articles, they're talking about, should we repeal the Clean Slate Act in Michigan because of Councilman Leanna Alameen? People are asking this, and it's legitimate reasons. And I hate to see this because I'm going to tell you why. Some people deserve a second chance, and some people who get one take it very serious. One, don't ever put your hands on no woman, and if you're a guy, that shouldn't happen either, because there are men who are victim of domestic violence. But speaking to her case, he had everything going. He took pictures with the governor. He was endorsed by Senator Slotkin. She endorsed him. He got pictures with everybody. And then the other part is, I don't think she really knew him.
Ms. Burns, I'm sorry. You can't change the dumb ass. You can't. You cannot change the dumb ass. And he was a dumb ass. If you got everything going for you, why would you mess it up?
Yeah. And he did. He had his MAID Foundation, is something else with Abdullah. Hopefully he's taken this time to reflect, but being charged with a felony, less than murder, but less than strangulation, and with the misdemeanor, is serious. And when you got David Layton coming on twice and saying, hey, this, it's a pretty much a laid out case. And let me tell you, the young lady is very smart, very smart. And sometimes when you're coming out of something, you gather yourself back, and she's putting her life back together. She prepared affidavits, signed, notarized. She wrote them. I mean, she's like, she found herself from victim to survivor. She's not a victim anymore. Can you put the purple up when I'm talking to her on the other side, Producer Jay? Is that possible? So she'll be back in court this Wednesday, the 7th. So if you can wear purple, or wear purple ribbon, and I think Debbie or Diane had made purple ribbons. She was handing them out. So it's going to be the same Judge Vicky at 11 o'clock. If you could, it didn't show up.
What are you asking for?
I sent you the wear purple for what's the name?
Oh, all right. Give me a second.
Yeah.
I just pray that God give us nothing but favor.
Yes, they'll say it again.
Nothing but favor. And residents, it's up to you all tomorrow. Neely don't care nothing about you. He just wants to pick who he wants for his seat so he can keep getting what he's getting. If you all want something, really want something, you better go out there and vote for Miss Beverly.
All right, and you've been a long time Beverly Biggs fan.
Yes. I've been watching you and Mr. Mays, matter of fact, I've been watching council member meetings for the past 2.5 years. And I started out with Miss Jules.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was able to listen to you and Mr. Mays on her. Was the TikTok. And it wasn't the last time. I was on it where he sat there and said he was going to sing me. And he did in council. And you turned around to almost get up from laughing. But he said it, I'm quite sure it popped in your head. That's what he said he was going to do. And me and my granddaughter was looking at it. And then she started saying, me. But no, that's all I had to say. I hope she get favor.
Yes.
And I hope he get justice.
Yes.
That could have been your mother, your sister, your daughter, your auntie, your cousin, and your friend.
Mm-hmm.
And he did this too.
She went through a lot, and I'm going to tell you, she went through a lot. I had no idea by me responding to an email, often when I pick up and answer my call, that it would not only change her life, but mine too. You know, she's fighting for her life, her children's life, and for a better life. And I pray that God gives her strength and favor. And she needs to see, and she watches. So y'all put something nice in the comments for her. You know, I see the purple hearts because she needs encouraging.
Miss Burns, God put you right where you're supposed to be at that particular time.
Now, look, I'm gonna stop answering emails after 9:00 p.m. Listen.
Yeah, God put you. He put you there for a reason.
Well, she changed my life by seeing that it's a serious thing. So I appreciate you calling in St. Louis and speaking that. St. Louis said vote for Beverly Biggs Levy.
Yes.
All right.
If you want something, if you need something, you gotta vote this family. Because if not, you're gonna be in that same predicament y'all been in for the past years.
Thank you, St. Louis, for calling.
Okay, you welcome.
All right, bye-bye. Y'all, St. Louis called on my phone.
Go ahead and give him that number, or the number you want to call, because the other number is not. I didn't check it.
So listen, and we'll put it in the chat. 810-471-7849. Feel free to call in. 810-471-7849. So call in if you want to say a little something, say some words up.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
What number is that?
810-471-7849. Oh. Yep, Patrick Jean got it down. Producer Jay, you slipped it.
And I have that number in here, but I have it as Gang Resource Hotline.
No, 471-7849. No, that's me. So Julian 724. When there is no sharing of power, no rule of law, no accountability, there is abuse, corruption, subjugation, and indignation. Here on Councilman Burns' platform, we are informed and transferred. Look, I hadn't even read that. Thank you. Look, and I'm learning too. Hey, Monica. So Tanya's moonlighting is a hotline. That part. You know, and I'm gonna tell you how smart she is. She's very well written, and so her and I have talked about some of her jobs. She's had some good jobs, But when you are told y'all heard the video when he told her, oh God, it was terrible. Oh, thank you, Sherry Allen. Sherry Allen, vote Beverly Biggs Levy, and happy birthday, producer Jay. Sherry Allen has been a staunch supporter from the beginning. Listen to Beverly Biggs Levy. She didn't roll with her. Look, I'm telling you, roll with her high, and she stayed. She stayed. So when we talk, thank you, Sherry, for the super sticker. Thank you. And she said, happy birthday, producer Jay. So listen, if you want to call it, you can call it 810-471-7849. Look, we had St. Louis call in. I hadn't even said really call in yet. She like, I'm gonna be on it. So if you have someone who's a victim of domestic violence, look, get them help. Don't wait. Don't make it be a regret. Please don't make it be a regret. Get them some help. Help is available. You can call 800-7. Look, I done lost the number now, y'all. I done forgot the number. We got it somewhere. Look, we got another number calling in. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Tanya, how you been?
Wait a minute.
I'll harass you. I just don't want Beverly to win. I don't want. I'm sorry. I do not like Beverly. I'm sorry. I do not want her to win. But how you been?
I'm good now, y'all. This is literally look, the one who was called to harassing.
I'm on art now. I've been wearing art.
Look, Woodson loves to cuss people out. He
like to cuss you out. I love you now. I just want y'all to leave the and Candace alone. I like them. Y'all are really.
So listen. So tell me this. So there was domestic violence. And he was a Liddell and Candace fan, y'all. Tell me.
Yeah, I love them.
Yeah, but tell me, what do you think about Liddell being sent the location of the young lady? What do you think about that when it is a personal protection order?
I think that lady was antagonizing Liddell.
Who? That lady didn't even know her.
Huh?
This lady didn't even know her. I'm talking about the victim. I know you ain't kept up. So y'all listen, God will make some.
I'm not gonna be biased. I just want to hear all sides of the story if I get my opinion. I'm not gonna back Liddell up if she's wrong. If she's wrong, I'm gonna tell her she's wrong. But I just don't like to be biased.
I know. Well, call up and tell her she's being biased. She's wrong for this one. Because as a woman, or even this is a non-gender thing, that when someone, David Layton don't come up with those type of charges for nothing. He does not. And there's serious charges. I went to the hospital with her there, and the police, before even that, the police report, there's a police report and there's a medical report. There's two. And so the hospital report corroborates the police report. It does. So, all right. Well, look, folks on here are mad as hell at you. And yeah, look, they love Beverly Biggs, and that's all they want to hear. So look, you be blessed. And I'm going to send you some scripture tonight. Bye. Bye. So listen, we take them off. So if you want to call in 810-471-7849. Now that's the calmest he has ever been calling. So he called, we had, I guess, a coming to Jesus moment. So he had one, and you just never know. So here we go. Got another one. Hey, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hey. Just JWC, y'all.
Hey, I got something for producer Jay. Happy birthday, producer Jay. Happy birthday, producer Jay. Happy birthday, producer Jay. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, happy birthday. Sang to him.
Hey, JWC, well, you saved the whole night because Burns did it earlier and it was a wreck. But hey, I appreciate it very much for real.
Oh God, listen, you know you can JWC.
Girl, okay, tomorrow is tomorrow.
I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm gonna say my prayers and not cheat. I'm gonna get on my knees. I swear I am.
But girl, it's so much. There's so much going on.
It's too much. What are some of the top things that you see that's going on?
First of all, this thing with these police officers, that's bugging. I don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost these same police officers. I remember, was it about 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago, same police officers, I guess, went over to a house, called themselves raiding a house or whatever, and they pepper sprayed individuals just standing right there on the sidewalk, watching. You know, just walked up to them, pepper sprayed them. Like, leave these people alone.
Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you speaking out because a lot of people, they won't. And I think we need to know when there's difficulty, we need to know where people stand.
Right.
Even if it's just because these are not like I stole a Snickers bar from the drugstore, from the grocery store. You know, it's not that. These are serious issues that can continue to escalate. And that to me is a problem.
And the other thing that's bothering me about this campaign, you know, I have several issues about the campaign, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
we've talked about them, you and I. You've been straightforward with me.
This third ward write-in candidate, I guess she thinks she's above the law. Because first, allegedly, you're collecting people's absentee ballots and turning them in. And then I get a text message of a picture with her literature in somebody's mailbox.
Well, we know Liddell used to do that too, though. She put them letters in the mailboxes.
Right. These people think they are above the law.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they just continue to break the rules, to break the law.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. My prayer is that the third ward candidate, the third ward residents, please wake up and I'm just gonna say, don't vote for that write-in candidate.
Michael Clack said that and got all kind of feedback on his page. Michael Clack, if you still on here, I was reading your comments just saying, oh my, because they went after him on his own page, but then the other ones just lit him back up.
I got a whole list of reasons not to vote for her. Number one, if y'all elect her, the council is already a mess. That council, we might as well shut the city down because that council is not going to be functional at all. Because she's the same person. She's the same person as number 2 and number 7.
Mm-hmm.
She'll be another rubber stamp.
Mm-hmm.
And we just don't need that. We don't need that.
Yeah.
And I just may as well let the people know I endorse Beverly Biggs Lee.
So Councilwoman Jerry Winfrey Carter says she endorsed Miss Beverly Biggs Lee for the third ward. Just so we know that we clear.
And I have my reason.
And she does have them. She's got them. She's got them, and her and I have talked about them numerous times, and we have some deep conversations. We have some deep ones. So, what do you think about when people say this takes them back to the civil rights movements, Jim Crow era? What do you say about that?
It does. It does. I mean, and you know what? That incident that happened Sunday morning, I'm gonna tell you, Tanya, that you got two white officers, okay? And in my opinion, harassing Black residents.
Producer Jay, hold on, Jerry. Can you put the picture up I just sent you, Producer Jay, so people can see? Okay, keep going, JWC.
They violated people's right to assemble. There wasn't any danger or harm being among the residents right there. They weren't doing anything. They were just standing, waiting on their food. Until they came up and with the police cruisers shining their lights. And then you pepper spray.
Pepper spray.
The same white officers that are placed in the council chambers and how they handle the residents. This is not right. Yeah. And pepper spraying residents, spraying them like they're dogs.
Well, they used to use the water hose back in the civil rights era. And so, right. And I've heard a lot of people state, this is the same thing as civil rights, when they did the water hose, but it's being replaced with pepper spray. I'm very clear about who my friendships are, which are with many. And Mr. Gilchrist, who was from the South, Arkansas, Lord have mercy, said it took him back to this. And Papa Jared said the same thing. They act like they was treating us, he said, like dogs, And when you listen, kept spraying. And it was like, there's an extra spray just for you. I mean, literally. And so,
but the silence of the mayor and the police chief, that right there, that speaks volume. It speaks to me that, hey, we gonna let them do whatever they want to do.
So you're saying the silence. Producer Jay, I'm sending you photos. If you can just circulate them as I'm putting them up, so we can change like the scenery. So these are some of the civil rights and through the Jim Crow era, and this is taking people back. And these are people who have been long enough to live through this and see this. And so the pepper spraying was excessive. It wasn't even a need for. There wasn't anything violent that was going on. I mean, if there was no, look, now we have they're showing where they had water hose where they were spraying them on people. What's the difference? Water hose and pepper spray. When was pepper spray invented? Because they would have used this back then if they didn't. So it's just to replace the water hose. And so, and leave and I'm gonna send you a couple. So if I'm sending them to you, Producer Jay, you can please cycle through them. Y'all, today is Producer Jay's birthday, so drop him a little birthday gift at Producer J Cash App $1987. And so because he working on his birthday, y'all. And so look, there she go. Look, she want to show y'all she can sing. She went. And I cannot. I cannot. I didn't own that one. Jerry be calling me, JWC be calling me a fighter. She said I'm a straight fighter. she be like, you a street fighter. Mama said you gonna fight. You gonna fight. But we fight together. We advocate but now you a fighter because I didn't see you before when you've been upset. I'm like, we got to have to fight together, you know.
But I'm so tired, man. But third ward, please get out and vote tomorrow. Get out and vote.
Well, I appreciate
your vote is your voice.
Your vote is your voice. Well, I appreciate you. Anytime, you can come on and as you were talking, we got the black and white pictures up showing the police using them. There's also one with the paddy wagon. Oh, there goes the paddy wagon. Now, what's the difference between this paddy wagon and a peaceful protest with Mr. Levy, Terrence Levy? The picture's up there. Paddy wagon, they loan people up here. Peaceful protest. But the difference is we got a black mayor and a black police chief. These are white folks. How you doing? And this has to be, and people have to really understand that we want and fought for better, but we have not gotten better. We have not. The young man who sits in jail right now, he'll be at 48 hours at 2:20 a.m. They consider Mayor Neely a friend. Mayor Neely let their son out of jail on that bogus charge with some barbecue tongues. I mean, seriously.
I didn't even see the barbecue tongues. All I saw was he held his hand up like he was wave dancing.
Right, right. He was like, right. So, listen, if y'all can't get through, I'm gonna call you back. But I'm not gonna let your call drop. I see that you're calling. I'm gonna call you. If you call and I don't answer, look, they got caller ID. I'm gonna call you back. I promise you.
Well, I'm gonna get off. I got to go in to work in the morning, so I got to get my proper rest, and then I'm gonna be out at the polls tomorrow.
All right. Well, I will see you tomorrow because I'll be out there too.
All right.
All right. Talk to you later, Councilwoman. Mm-hmm. Bye-bye. Hi, this is Councilwoman Burns. You're welcome to the Tanya Burns Show. How can I help you? What's your name and what's your number? Oh, look, they done hung up, y'all. Let me call them back because they called me how many times? I think 6.
Your call has been forwarded to an
and now they sending me the voicemail. So I missed La Platte, Maryland. I'm calling that one back. Now, y'all know JWC talking about me getting winded. She was a little bit winded tonight, but we love her. We're gonna let her talk. Hello.
Hi, Ms. Burns. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you? Who am I speaking to? Caller, what's your name?
This is Jerome Murray from Maryland.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm not fan of yours, but if they are playing that tough road stuff, he wasn't going here in Montgomery County.
Okay.
He was not like that when she was here. So all that playing that he representing DC, Maryland, and all that, he was not like that. And I want to tell you, you're doing a great job. Keep doing what you're doing.
Well, thank you.
Doing and fighting these people because man, Neely don't care about nothing but his pockets.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at Art. It's on my Facebook. What's his name? I chime in on his stuff on a regular basis when he go live. And I'm not there, but I'm seeing what's going on there. Y'all fighting the water crisis, and you got countless people. That's all they care about is their pockets. And then Leon, look, him and Adele need to go because they conspired to do something wrong to that young girl.
Mhm.
And I have abuse in my family, so I got 4 sisters, so I try to, protect women. But
Mhm.
you can't conspire to, you get out of jail to do something to somebody when, you already in trouble. All you doing is getting yourself in more trouble.
Mhm.
You digging your own grave.
Mhm.
And she's conspiring to do it because she don't want to lose that seat.
Mhm.
So tomorrow, in the morning, as the good reverend would say, in the morning.
You say in the morning.
In the morning, we're gonna have somebody else in that seat. And we're gonna have that vote.
There's been some things that have been changing around and people have been being revealed. And we've had some things that God has uncovered in high authorities. Bishop Martin. We've had Councilman Leon Alameen. People who had a great chance to do some great things.
Michelle could have been doing a great job. She just a get wet. She's a get wet. That's what we call it here in DC and Maryland. Get wet. She just in on the what's the name. When she got a voice, she act bougie, but you acting above your means. And I'm sitting there watching y'all every time. And every time you turn around, the rules. It's always the camera. Don't you got something else better to do?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Don't you got bills to pay. And then when y'all don't like if y'all don't vote with what she wants y'all to vote on, then she gets upset. Her and Judy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm out. I just wanted to chime in from earlier.
Well, I appreciate you.
I just want to say my piece, but it's just ridiculous. Mace was trying to fight to get things straight, even his point of information and his point of order. He was trying to get things right. He left us too soon because Aretha Franklin and Judge Mathis, all of them was trying to help y'all with the water.
Mm-hmm. We had a lot of people.
Yeah, right. And now them people are gone, and now y'all stuck in turmoil because you got this mayor that's supposed to be a Democrat but acting like a Republican.
Mm-hmm. Now I don't know who this number is. They done called me about 15 times.
I'm down though.
All right, look, thank you. Have a blessing.
You too, Ms.
All right, bye-bye.
All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes, caller. What's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Carl, Uncle Carl.
Carl done called 25 times, y'all.
I'm trying to get in.
Look, he done called.
I couldn't get in, but I tried to get in. You know what that feel like? You're trying to get in, but you can't get in.
I don't know. It feel like 25 calls that you made.
I got 25 times. Happy birthday, producer Jay. Even though, hey, look, hey, Tanya.
What's up?
Hey, Tanya.
What's up?
Hey, Tanya. Even though producer Jay sound like he my age, but he a young man.
I know, right?
Damn, producer Jay. You 35, 32. I thought you were 61 like me.
Ooh.
Young man got the do-rag on, got the wave walking out. I'm like, hey, man.
He is a young man.
We gonna protect young blood.
Carl Lewis, you lucky you called her the number tonight because I'd have put you off.
You know what? Hey, look. Give me the grace.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Producer Jay, happy born day, man. It's the birthday. Happy born day. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it be messed up. I understand. I'm 62, so just thank God we here. We're gonna keep it moving. So, Sister Tanya,
Brother Kyle,
I love you.
I love you too.
You know what? You
what's her name? Everybody hate the love. What's her name in the Congress?
Oh, what is it? Maxine Water or Jasmine Crockett?
The Jasmine Crockett is like Maxine Waters. Them, we get that Harriet Tubman spirit. They think, see, spirits don't die. Let me be real with this shit, cause I'm going in. Spirits don't die. They transform. And you know what? We come from an era where, and white lives did matter. Cause when we was in them ships coming to DC with Arnett coming down Pennsylvania Avenue, white lives matter. White lives always matter. But our lives matter and made their lives matter more. Because everything these people that created came from us. You dig what I'm saying? The goal, everything God created from Iranian to everything on this planet was created, came from our civilization. Okay, I go there because I go back on brain this book because we was taught education and science before we even read. Come on, now y'all make this make sense. Y'all go back in the trade. I'm going back because everybody else going back because it seems like y'all want to bring the German service back and the pepper spray back. So I'm gonna say this. No, I'm going in. I ain't holding nobody up, and everybody come in because see, I really comprehend too. I'm saying this. We go back because a lot of stuff they didn't put in about Tim Marvation, David Walker, Soldier of the Truth, Harriet Tubman. They didn't put that in our book. They put their people in to make it look like they were superior, like 47 trying to make everybody superior. Come on now. Look, I'm like this. I'm on some more stuff because I remember my mama had gardens. They come from the South. I was born and raised in Flint. They come from the South. My daddy fought in the Korean War, the second one. They came from South. My mama had a garden everywhere she went. They was cultivation of the land. These people like Donald Trump, he put non-regulations on the emissions coming out these factories with radiation that killed out. Why we don't grow cherries no more? Why we don't grow pears no more? Why we don't grow plums no more? Why we don't grow our cultivation here like we cultivated everything in Flint, Michigan, everything, cantaloupe, grape, watermelon, everything we grew. We didn't grow bananas, we didn't grow oranges, we didn't grow lemons, we didn't grow nothing, but we grew everything else. Why we don't grow that? Now we gotta go grow some. My parents grew all that in the ground. So they fucked our cultivation up. So now they take the seeds out the grapes because they don't want you to grow your own grapevine. We used to walk through the trail to eat grapes, and it was grape seeds. It was seeds and eating seedless grapes because they don't. Seeds is cancer fighters, and then you can take the seeds and grow you a grapevine. They don't want you to grow your own cultivation because they don't want you to survive. They want to kill you. You got Dr. Frankenstein up there, John F. K. Jr. He Dr. Frankenstein. Look at him. You talking about Brian? You people, our people got to read, and a lot of we don't read the news. No, the podcast is the news, and then you got to learn to understand and read comprehension behind the line. Because see, one thing they do, 47, and this the dumbest president we ever had. Call his ass out.
Call him out.
Call his ass out. He is a racist. He was born from the Ku Klux Klan. Okay, let's go in then, because we going in. It's midnight after hour and everything count. Okay, his daddy and mom was grand wizards of the Ku Klux Klan. So what make you think he like you? Oh, because you got a suit and tie on, you puffy, and you rape raw, you can grab the coochie, and this, that, they do this in the third. I ain't never done nothing like that, period. And that's violation. LL, Leon and me. See, you always go for the what they call it, to befriend the fruit. You know, you spiritual, but understand this. What go at the head, that oil run down to the bottom. You wonder why this yellow man down here downstairs in Flint, Michigan. I was born here. I don't care about these police, because these police not all of them. Because we had some police that was all right. I played basketball back in the day for the Flint Pal League. We had police that was all right to talk to us. These police here now, they just want to check. They don't give a fuck. Excuse my language, it's after dark. So I'm saying this, Ted Green, Peg Leg Green, Nearly, you ain't for the people because they're being Swanson, they got goats. You know what I'm saying? The only one, now Lenny's speaking up on behalf of that sister because, you was never supposed to put your hand on that sister, period. You supposed to walk in your baby mama and she wasn't your baby mama, period. Like I told him at the council meeting, this is what you want for your people. You Muslim. That don't mean you different, but you're supposed to treat your woman like a queen. Walk away. You some tough ass nigga. You know, you got a Draco on a goddamn house going into a. Come on, man. Okay, now we got the white folk downtown doing the same thing you doing to our people that's doing a peaceful thing. You pepper spraying people like this. I'm gonna tell y'all something. History have a reason to repeat itself because don't get it twisted. Oh, they had German shepherds and this, that, and the third, but you remember when Huey and them went to the Capitol, how they went? That part. I'll leave you alone. But I'm saying something.
Well, Kyle, I appreciate you calling.
Let me get the phone, Tanya. Let me get the phone.
Well, producer Jay ready to wrap up. We got to wrap up.
I'm going to wrap up. No, you gave what? JWC 50 minutes. Let me get to you.
I got to get her that. You gonna have to come back and do a show with me. How about that?
Give me 5 minutes. I ain't even read my 7 points. First, I had Chance Green. I had the white police. Then I had Judy lying on Dumis. Then I had Baby. Shout out to the podcaster because that's the real happy birthday producer. Then I had Sound Like Heaven. That was 7. Sound Like Heaven. Let's give him some. I'm saying this. I'm saying this to say this. This is some real shit. Because, see, I was born and raised here. And it hurt because, the only reason it hurt because you got, see, shout out to Dean and Ray Tyler Jr. and the Candle Joint. And
all the business. Look, Carl, I'm going to say this after 12 o'clock. So, look, you're going to have to come back on, and I'm going to let you just talk. You tell me when you're available, and I'm going to let you come on.
Give me 3 minutes.
You didn't use 5 of them. I'm going to tell you how much you got. You didn't do. You've been on here 9 minutes and 32 seconds.
Okay, I'm going to let you go. I got 5 smooth. I got 5 minutes.
Save that for the next time when you're going to come on. How about that? Hey, Sherry.
You know what? How you know I'm going to run? See, one thing, see, y'all always.
I can't hear her.
My man came.
Well, look, y'all having a good look. Enjoy yourselves.
I'm enjoying this stuff. This shit, I'm laughing, but it ain't fun.
Listen.
My mama told me, let me leave y'all with this producer today. My mama told me everything tickle you ain't funny. I love y'all.
Love you too. Bye, Carl. Y'all know Carl Walker can talk. I know producer Jay. Well, I had one more call, and I had told people that if you call, I'm gonna call you back. And I keep my word. We had a Chicago, Illinois call. Y'all know Carl can talk. I ain't even got to do the show. Just cut it on with Carl.
Hey, Miss Tanya, this is DeVar Ellis. How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I apologize for what I keep on saying in the chat, but I ain't gonna lie. I call Carl. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's cool as I am and stuff.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
Good. Carl can go on forever and ever. I invited Carl to come on, and he can do a whole show with me. I've invited him before. He won't need me though. Carl won't handle it by himself.
And I just want to say I am supportive of you and Kiki of the domestic violence. I mean, like, you know, when it came down to the first ward council seat, like, I kind of figured that Leon was that type of guy. Call me a stereotypical guy, but I kind of first seen it Because I ain't gonna lie, he did went back and forth with Arthur Woodson one time and everything else. And you saw he was argumentative with Arthur. He wouldn't stop. He wouldn't stop. He got so big mad that he absolutely said Arthur Woodson was hurting, something like that. I'm like, why you need to be hurt about? You're the one who's actually hurt, bro.
Yeah. He called him a liar. He called Woodson a liar. He said he wasn't a real activist. He said he never helped him with the service lines. What happened the very next day? Arthur Woodson put some pictures up that showed they were working on literally at a picture with them working at a service line replacement with an article that said it. I mean, so his credibility at that, I mean, even before then, you know, my issue going back to, and I didn't waver. You don't move to evict some children with a Draco. That will forever stay implanted in that 11 and 12-year-old little boy till one urinated on himself.
Exactly. And I don't know, but I think that was actually, did he have a locksmith with him? Because I actually saw in the video that he actually was trying to break into entry. That's like in a home invasion, I should say, right?
He was renting the house then, so there were some things that were going on. She was renting the house. She has spoken up and given her story.
Oh,
so
that. But anywho, I support you and Kiki and the Mexicans. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep up the good work. And like I said, you're the tribal chief. You said the whole entire city of Flame is your tribe. You are the tribal chief. Understand?
We all are. Look, I'm just doing my part.
All right.
Listen,
thanks for producer Jay. It's Leo season.
Oh man, when your birthday? When your birthday?
Oh, well, I'm an Aquarius. I was talking about
Jay. Yeah, he is a Leo.
Yeah, he a Leo. So basically, I know he's about to do something on Saturday. I'm pretty sure there's some good clubs in Atlanta, bro. I know. I trust and believe it's some good clubs. I swear, I wish I was there in Atlanta myself. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Look, call in anytime. You be blessed, and thank you for sharing your word.
Okay, and one more thing.
Go ahead.
Y'all got to vote for Beverly Biggs Levy.
Oh, we got another Beverly Biggs Levy supporter. Yes.
Yeah, because I don't know what AC Dumis is doing, but he's been silent for 2 months.
He said he was out there. He was out there working and talking to people.
Oh, for real now.
You gotta. If you didn't see the first of it, go back and listen to. He was turning them in. I'm serious. I don't know how many people he turned in they said she was picking the ballots. That would be 44 days ago, and he's been turning them in almost every day and keeping track that she was picking up ballots allegedly, but he was there and turning them in. You can't do that. So, but anyways, look, I appreciate you. Javar said, vote Beverly Biggs Levy for 3rd Ward. So
yeah, that's Big Mama.
Look, right. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
All right now.
Bye-bye. So, Producer Jay, I don't appreciate the fact that you appreciated Councilwoman Winfrey Carter's birthday singing, and you didn't appreciate mine.
I just keep it real. Yours was horrendous.
Hey.
But JWC cleaned it up, so we good now.
She has a beautiful voice. Look, I'm gonna get you on that one. So, anyways, I appreciate our, each and every one of you for coming in tonight to share this time with us, giving us your time, sharing your thoughts. For those who called in, I appreciate the open dialogue. Look, I had even one of my ex-stalkers, harassers call me. He said he liked me now. So, but listen, people in the chat saying vote Beverly Biggs Levy. She got her folks in the chat. Gutter Black, thank you. It was a great show with all of y'all, and I appreciate the dialogue. And I try to bring an educational component to every show. If you are a person of domestic violence, get out. I will be on tomorrow on Mayor Weaver's network. Me and Sheena Beckton will be on at 8:30. And 8:30, We will be on going over election stuff. Cost. Hello.
Hello, how you doing?
Good. How you doing? Who am I speaking to?
You talking to Mr. Weatherspoon from Atlanta, Georgia.
Well, hey, Mr. Weatherspoon. Now you know you saw us close down. Cut that background down.
I know, that's what I just did. I didn't even see you. I had waited too late. See?
Well, you can look. I'm gonna be on tomorrow night, as I was just saying. We're gonna be on tomorrow night doing election coverage, and it's gonna look. We ain't gonna have all that stuff with that last election coverage. And
that's what I'm talking about. Y'all make sure y'all just, man, them people doing all that stuff. But I just wanted to pray for y'all and just tell you this. Our pastor spoke on that. We have people here that's sending money and water to Flint to these pastors, and they're not even speaking up. They're not even speaking up saying we gonna go get the water for the people.
Well, you need to send it to, they need to be sent to St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church on the corner of McClellan and DuPont Street with Pastor Kevin Thompson, because he feeds the people. He ain't got that money to help yet, but he's still feeding the people.
Yeah, I respect it. I see Art when he do his thing and all that. But I'm like, they gotta, and he said, God said he's finna clean house. He finna come.
Hey, God is revealing.
Yes, he is. He is. And Winfrey Carter is my cousin. Well, my son's Isaiah, that's his first cousin. So
look, everybody her cousin.
Y'all be repping.
Look,
y'all be repping.
Look.
My mother and everybody's still there in Fifth Ward. Reverend Powell, he passed on. I still talk to his wife, Alice, you know. I just get back. Everybody that I talk to, the Peacocks, that's in Fifth Ward. Everybody still, you know, the older people, you know, I'm just trying to make sure, like, man, I miss home, but I don't like what I see what's going on. I don't like that. That's wrong.
But people got to get involved, and people got to vote. People got to speak up. I don't want nobody. Don't let me be going through something and don't say nothing. I was talking, because all my friends they kind of sassy and feminist. And they like, don't ever let me be that dumb about something. They'll tell you. If I'm not, pull me aside and get me together, because what you gonna see, what you see, the world sees also, and that we don't have a right to be silent. So many people paved the way. I am a Black woman. I couldn't have did anything that I did in my life if somebody somebody who made the choice to speak out, step up, and we have a responsibility to not be silent. Sojourner Truth said, so as long as our journey, I will tell the truth. Where are our truth tellers? Where are they?
I have a question. Why are the pastors scared to get with the congregation and go down there and get nearly right? Why are they?
I don't know, but let me miss a council meeting. They want to know where I'm at. Look, trying to stay safe.
I'm like, if he needs to be rallying and he's for the people, you all downtown trying to do that. You ain't in no other neighborhoods and doing that. Yeah, anywhere from shooting at, he ain't coming.
Look, how many people been shot? Friday, I believe there were 2. Saturday, 17. You heard the officer say that. Sunday, there were 3. 14-year-old died. His brother, 19, was shot, and his 46-year-old mother was shot. So we had 22 between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
And we had 16 here that same night, Saturday.
Oh. But your mayor got up ahead of it. He spoke about it. He talked. But your population is like 570,000. Yes. 570,000. So you got more to look here. Everybody's calling me like, Carol, I'm on my show. Now, what's up? Everybody can hear you. You didn't. She called and see folks call me like it's just the middle of the night.
And a lot of people are still, they think Flint water is fixed.
Well,
water is not fixed. I said they need to address that and just let them know, you know, you got a lot of people here that I post here in Georgia. I post strictly so I can
still drinking bottled water.
Yes. Yeah. I'll be there in a couple months. I'm coming to get my mama.
Oh, okay.
Down here, she's gonna move back to Georgia. She said, I told her, give me 90 days and I'm coming to get you.
Now you come to get your mama. That's right.
I'm coming to get her. You know, she told me it's too much shooting. And she in a citizen home. She said, they're shooting too bad.
That is, it's too much. It's too much. It's the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
It is. It is. Well, you got.
I'm gonna go let y'all go, and I know somebody else trying to call, and I love y'all.
All right, sending love back to you.
All right.
All right. So now, producer Jay, we got Carol on the line now because Carol up and call. She up and call. Carol, they want to know if Leon is removed, are you gonna run for that third ward? You gonna be a part of that process?
The first ward.
First ward. I get it wrong. First ward.
I would, because I want to complete Mays' term, right? And I feel like it's my term. Okay, I want fair and square. I met all the criteria. You know, I met the criteria.
So you saying he didn't meet the criteria?
No, he didn't. He didn't. And you know, I'll let the people do their thing, but we know what the deal is, and if they do their job, then the truth will come out. You know.
Well, in the packet that was sent, the packet did have rent receipts, the lease for the last 2 or 3 years for the address. It also had bills in it, and it was delivered to, I believe, the city clerk, which, yeah, she took it over to the Michigan State Police that his residency he didn't have. And it was also sent over, I was taken to the Michigan State Police. It was sent. I didn't do it. It was sent. So not in certified affidavits with signatures. So we're going to be looking at first ward. We'll be having a new first ward person, God willing, and people, you know, don't hold it up because he did not meet the residency. And then was just over there last Friday, Thursday. And I know that Tether going to pick it up that he was there. Come on, he want to get close. That ain't where you live, sir. What is on your driver's license? How are you harassing that woman? And you got a PPO. Mount Morris Township. Police Chief Veach. Yes. How are you allowing him to go to that location? His driver's license is supposed to say 606. He will be on Mott Street. What is he doing out there on Sherman Street?
Well, let me say this for the police. Hopefully they're going with him and escorting him to that address to solidify the fact that he indeed does live on Sherman, and they escorted him there to get his personal belongings, okay? Because if you don't live there, first of all, they shouldn't have even taken him there if he does live there, because a victim with the PPO was there, okay? So respect the rules of the PPO and the order of the court. So they allowed him to violate that, and that is factual proof he doesn't live in the first ward, okay? Because you got to go get your belongings from your house that you live at in Mount Morris, where the victim is, that you're not even supposed to be around. So that just goes to show that our government, our police, have also been running a certain amount of interference for this man. Because if he is charged or being charged with something, with a PPO against him, and they're letting him slide when he's supposedly in good standings, you know they letting him slide. Which brings me back to Nakia Wade, you know, when he, the AK situation and busting in on the kids, on little 9-year-old and 11-year-old kids, you know. Just doing his thing, breaking the law.
Well, I'm glad you're speaking out about it because people need to speak out. And people's silence reeks of being complicit. When you're silent, it reeks to me of your being complicit. And I don't believe in complicity. I believe you have a reason to speak out. You can't act like everything's fine when you are here to help other people. It's not okay. People, and what's going on? You know, I'm not holding your secret. Producer Jay just locked. Producer Jay. Look, he's ready to wrap up.
Well, Tanya, wait a minute. Before the election, we told them that he didn't live in Flint. He lived in Mount Morris, okay?
Yeah.
It's never been a secret, so.
Yeah. So, Carol, I'm going to have you hold on. I'm going to call you back because we're going to wrap up. Y'all, she calling me just like it's 2:00 in the afternoon. So, Carol, I'm going to call you back. So, y'all, Carol said she is going to, you know, once he is, she met the requirements for the seat. She's going to still go after fulfilling that seat. She stated that that she's going to go after the seat. She wants to fulfill Councilman Mays' terms and with integrity, character, honesty, and transparency, and to serve the people where she actually lives in the first world her whole darn life. Seriously. Right. You know, I learned how to play pool in the basement down there at your house. That part. So she is going to go for that seat rightfully. I mean, she was the one who was qualified. And so I just want that to be said. So Carol, I'm going to call you back and I'm going to wrap up because producer Jay want to go to bed. Okay, all right, bye-bye. Okay. Look, y'all, no more calls. Producer Jay, I'm sorry. I did not tell Carol to call in, but Carol has spoken. She's spoken. This is the first time she said it out loud. And so she has been watching this. So listen, to each and every one of you, click that like button before y'all go. Click that like button. And to our mods, producer and Sheena Beckton and Patrick Jean, I appreciate y'all. And it is producer Jay's birthday. So if you want to drop a little something in the cash app, producer Jay 1987. It is greatly appreciated. So producer Jay, I want to tell you thank you for being with us this evening and for sharing your birthday time as you did another trip around the earth or around the moon, sun, or wherever we're going. I appreciate you spending your time with us. And anything you want to say, producer Jay?
I told you, I sent you a message. I'm in the car now, so.
Okay, I didn't. Okay.
Y'all could have stayed talking, but no, I'm good.
Oh, look, because Carol just, I'm surprised she got on and said that. So y'all, her saying it live like that I'm surprised. I'm shocked, which she did meet the criteria. So Carol has said he didn't meet the criteria, and the police did tell me this ain't no alleged. Or maybe they need it for the paperwork, but they said he don't live there. They have told me that. So that's what was told to me. So I don't have to do no third person or whatever. So I wish Kiki the best. I don't give a damn about anybody who abuses women, domestic violence. I don't. And I just don't, because I've seen it. I've seen victims of it. And it takes so much to build yourself up and your self-esteem. And so this is all about Kiki. And Kiki, look, we sending you love and the support system. She's got some wonderful people who love her. She got a best friend that is just wonderful. And her best friend know who she is. She is wonderful and bubbly. And she's got support. She got support of her parents. And go to her father, Darius Martin. He gave a live, and it's also on my page, that spoke volumes to help heal, that you can always find your way back. And he gave a beautiful, it was heart touching. It was heart touching that you can find your way back to building your family. So to each and every one of y'all, thank y'all for spending your time with me and producer Jay. And it was his birthday, even though he did not give me a hand clap for me saying happy birthday to him. So listen, producer Jay, I'm going to send you some love from Flint to Atlanta. And thank you for sharing your time. And y'all hit that like button and send producer Jay a little gift. Producer Jay $1987. Producer Jay, take us out of here.
It's the time you burn.